Okay, we are live on platforms now. The stream view is still super fucked because of the Discord overlay thing not being functional.
I don't know what you're talking about. This
Live
is
on
perfect.
platform. Perhaps I should not have said fuck 10 seconds into starting the stream. But if it's a problem, I can cut it out with YouTube editor or whatever the fuck it is.
YouTube editor.
Yes.
Is this a
YouTube.
function?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Why do you doubt me when I say these things?
No, I just didn't know it was a thing.
Well, it's a thing. It's real.
Okay.
I use it.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
I do. I use it.
I'm not doubting it.
You shouldn't, because it's real. And I use it.
Wolfborg, when was the last time you doubted you?
Like every day.
Okay,
It's
you know what,
bullshit.
fair. Look, man, I'm just saying.
Only
Sometimes
every single day, you know.
you're a little sus.
Yeah, name one time. You can't do it.
I can't name it off the top of my head.
Well, I know Justin's online because it says he's playing League, so I'm sure he'll join once his match is done. Surely.
How long's the league match?
Oh, he's in lobby, so he might be AFK right now. Because he usually does just leave it up all the time, so.
Imagine doing that. There's the ping. Any pingers in the chat? No.
There is, in fact, one pinger, and it was me. I pinged you. And everybody
Yes.
else.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really hoping the overlay thing magically gets fixed in time.
It won't. It won't.
Because I don't like how this looks. And I tried. The program I installed to do this secondary one says, oh, you can add a chroma key to it. The problem is, the background is gray. Don't know why they chose to make it gray. But if you chroma key the gray, everything that's gray about our profile pictures also goes away. And Discord makes that transparent. Or like, you know, like, was it? The opacity is already low by default. So, catches a lot of that. So, the program that's very good and does it well, the one I've been using for all these streams, is like, hey, you have to connect to our online service to do it, which kind of ruins things when the service goes down. I'm going to make my own program that does it. And then everybody can pay me $1 million. I'll take it. Oh boy. Can I duplicate? Oh wait, no. Copy. And then paste duplicate. There we go. Now I can put that up here. And I can change this to some random text. Oh my god. No, that's not going to work unless I can have it auto wrap the text. Fucking useless. Can I. Let's see. There's one type of text you can add. Is that really the only type? Bro, OBS sucks. Who does this? Yeah, whatever.
I guess. I I guess. I guess that's an ending. What the fuck?
It's certainly something.
It's certainly something.
Man, there's something.
We're going to talk about it. Don't worry.
Yeah. God. Fuck. Wolfborg is live.
Yeah,
Crazy.
I know, right? Can you imagine?
You being live also implies you have a current schedule.
There's a community event going on right now in Pokemon Go, but I haven't left my dorm all day, so I haven't been able to really take advantage of
Come on,
it.
go touch grass.
I'm recuperating.
Recuperating from what?
The week?
Oh, did something happen?
Existence?
Could you give me something more concrete?
No.
I was fucking supposed to take the week off. I told my supervisor ahead of time, like, hey, I want to take this week off so that I can work on my thesis. And she was like, yeah, that's okay. And then it turned out that we were having a workshop on Friday. So I had to come in because I'm the only one that knows how to use the software for that workshop. And then it ended up getting canceled. So I was like, well, fuck, I didn't need to come in today. And then when I was looking at the schedule to see if, like, I could take the day off, almost all of my other coworkers had taken the 13th off. And it felt like they had fucking taken advantage of the fact that I was going to be here and taken the day off, even though I had requested it earlier than they had, and just, like, decided to be a good Samaritan and come in. So I spent all of Friday feeling cheated out of a vacation day. Um,
That's not good.
and I'm behind in, like, all of my schoolwork. I'm missing at least 2 assignments, plus I'm behind on my thesis. And Mondays are my capstone class, and I hate my capstone class. I hate my capstone professor. I dread it every single time that I have to go. So I was just like, fuck it. Oh, and I forgot my fucking work laptop charger at work. So I couldn't do any of my work because of how, like, I'm an animation major. All of the shit that I have to do is pretty high powered. So I would have killed my laptop in an hour and a half, and I had no way to charge it. So even if I wanted to get work done this weekend, I literally couldn't because I didn't have my laptop charger.
Oh, whoops, I'm not muted.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
I've been preparing for exams,
Damn.
and you want to know what my state of my textbook looks like currently?
I don't know what that means.
Highlighted to shit.
Nope, sticky notes.
Yeah,
A
that's
lot of
fair.
them.
had light bulb duty this week, so it's changing light bulbs all week.
How many turn does it take to change a light
Take
bulb?
the screw in a light bulb.
One apparently.
That's all you need.
We solved the age-old question, boys.
Hey Wolfborg, what's the gear icon on the stream?
That is an occasional thing that's going to keep popping up until I decide to turn it off. It is the original Discord chat overlay that we were using. The service is currently down. That's why it keeps showing. That logo is like their logo. I'm leaving it up for now to see if they get their shit in order in time for the stream. Probably not.
Mhm.
That's why I have this other shittier overlay up.
Got it.
They gotta fix their shit. We got a show to run here.
All right, time to pull out my sketch. Oh fuck! I have to throw in my trash from my stream snack that I ate before stream instead of during stream.
There's not gonna be a stream snack? What are you gonna do?
I don't have a stream snack today. Oh wait, if liquids count, I actually do have half a bottle of Sprite in the fridge.
Based?
So I'm gonna go get that.
Oh, okay.
God damn it, no. And Wolfborg.
You just call me Nye?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Wow. Well, let me get
I
my
was
VTuber model real quick.
I was talking. Do you have one?
No, I'm not a VTuber.
Good.
Not yet.
God help us all.
I'm gonna make a Walter White VTuber model.
Well, we're talking like Walter White, or like
Do you know any other Walter Whites?
Napalm Man.
I don't think that's Walter White. I feel like you just said a different name when I said, do you know any other Walter Whites? I feel like there's a major disconnect here, and you just felt like saying a Mega Man character for some reason.
I mean, he is Walter White. That's his thing.
I feel like we're taking a lot of opportunities to mention Mega Man here. That's what it feels like.
No, not that. Just exactly Napalm Man.
I'm gonna ping Justin because we're getting close to time.
Mm-hmm.
Shadow, do you like buy all of your textbooks physically?
You see, I can't.
Ah.
Because some of my classes, no, you have to buy digital. Sorry, no.
I don't buy my textbooks. I don't read the textbooks.
Well, unfortunately, I have to.
In most of the classes that I have taken in college, you can get away with not reading the textbooks.
Well, mine I can't.
I bought all my textbooks. I think
I'm too busy
they're
buying
cool.
Pokemon cards.
Wow.
See, the thing is that the textbooks that I have to buy are for general, like, art history, like a lot of them. And the ones that I want are the Egypt ones. That's why I now own like 4 books on ancient Egyptian art history. But no textbooks, because I don't care about general art history, just ancient Egypt. You probably also got way more interesting textbooks than like the billionth text on the major art pieces of the Italian Renaissance that we learned like 3 times in high school.
Bro, that
I'm an
sounds awesome
accountant.
though. What do you mean?
And I'm an accountant. All my textbooks are boring as shit. I don't know what you're talking about. Are you trying to gaslight yourself here?
Listen,
Who are you trying to fool?
I got a big, thick calculus book, and I got a big, chonky physics book here. All right, they're very.
Do you have the Blue Math Bible?
The Blue Math Bible. I don't know if I have that.
I'm gonna see if I can figure out what it's called, because all of my friends have the Blue Math Bible.
You guys not go to the video store for textbooks?
Well, I mean, here's the thing.
So usually I buy them physically, and then sometimes I'll just get a digital version from my local video store. So like I'll do both, I guess.
Interesting.
Like I said, for most of the classes that I quote unquote need a textbook for, they're online courses that ASU started doing following the pandemic. So they are like, yeah, read these textbook chapters, read these supplemental readings, and listen to the lecture. Well, the lecture goes over everything from the textbook that you need to know, so you don't need the textbook because they go over it in the lecture, and then you can just listen to the lecture and you'll have all of the information that you need for the quiz. So no
That just reminded me. We never had the lecture from my psychology teacher. I'm starting to get worried. Because remember, our class was canceled on Friday. Which
I hope
means
we get a little
woke up,
lasagna in chat today.
which means I woke up at 6:30 a.m. for nothing.
Mm.
Well, I mean, okay, for less than usual. My bad. I am the type of person who would wake up. Even if they didn't know.
No, the FBI is here.
Who?
Oh, please, FBI, please.
Wait, what?
And
Oh,
just played the
heard
sound,
FBI open up
a
sound.
sound thing. Yeah,
Sound
because he's
alerts
got 'em
is on
for
until we
pre-show.
officially start, okay? People are allowed to use them. They're there. You guys are also allowed to donate and or sub. Those are also enabled. For free.
Am
all
I
the time.
subbed? I
Not
think
for
I'm
free.
still subbed.
You should still be. Like every month.
Yeah, here we go.
Either that or I have to take your name off of the supporters thing, okay?
No.
We still have 3 whole people I get to thank with the supporters list, okay?
Twitch says I am still subbed. Twitch says I am still subbed.
You just played that twice for me, oh my god. Why did I play that twice?
That's weird because all I did was say Twitch says I'm still subbed with my tier 1 celebration.
Well, like, it played the sound effect once, but the text-to-speech played it twice.
I guess I'm just that special.
I guess so. Also, I don't remember the text-to-speech for that being that voice. I don't know why it played it with that one.
I guess everything is down right now.
Everything needs to stop dying. And you know what else? Justin needs to show up. Where are ya?
God, it would be so funny if he came in and said he didn't read the chat.
I'm gonna fucking no. He read the chapters. He's DM'd me his frustrations about it, and I think he messaged in the server about it too. So
Yes,
he's read them. So we know that. Now we just need him to show up, and we know he's been online because it says he was playing League. So he's not playing it now. He's left it open AFK. But
Oh, fuck.
Man.
I
What
was
happened?
thinking about doing Fortnite post stream, but I don't think I have space on my computer for it right now.
well, I'm around if we are doing more gaming afterwards. I swapped over one of the okay, you know I was having all the Fortnite issues before, and I think I sort of slightly got it working better after I dealt with my whole RAM thing. I found out the other thing that was impacting that and a whole bunch of my other shit and kept making my hard drive go to 100% was the fact that at some point in the past, I had replaced my 500 gigabyte SSD with a 1 terabyte SSD. And that 1 terabyte SSD that I got because it's bigger was a SanDisk SSD Plus, which I've now discovered is dog shit. Because SanDisk is dog shit with all of their SSDs. So I rebought another Samsung SSD, but this one was a 2 terabyte one just because I figured if I'm getting another one, I might as well get a bigger one. So I got that. Welcome, Justin.
Sorry.
It's all right. So I got that. It came in. I swapped it out yesterday, and oh my god, fucking Fortnite launches near instantly. Valorant launches near instantly. I'm like, oh my god, before I had to wait like fucking 10 minutes just for it to open up the first time. Holy shit. So it's a whole new world over here.
Imagine
all right?
opening Valorant when CS2 is out.
Imagine playing CS2. Get fucked. Get destroyed.
Yeah, you want to play some CS2 after the stream?
No, fuck no. I'd be down for Fortnite.
Yeah.
But may not be around. Are you gonna be around afterwards or?
Let me take a look. I was gonna play Minecraft, but I could afford
Well,
Fortnite.
I mean, that's
probably.
up to you. That's up to you. I'm not trying to like
That's up
pressure
to
you to
you,
like
but-
playing with us, right? Because if you don't join, we're just gonna do duo ranked probably. So.
Ranked cringe.
Well, we can't do
Yes,
duo
but-
ranked trios, so.
Yeah, so if you want to play Minecraft, that's cool, but you could save us from ranked.
You
Save
can
us from
save your-
ourselves, then.
Speaking of Minecraft, I keep forgetting that we technically have a Minecraft server. I just never use it.
I was talking about Aztec about playing Minecraft today.
I have a Minecraft server. I pay for it every month. And it's
Is it modded?
well, at some point with some. I don't understand how Minecraft shit works. I set it up with something at some point that I think Ann told me to set up. But-
So Minecraft base is like Skyrim, but even less of a game. And the mods are what Minecraft is.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Hey man, if you want to figure out how to host a server with mods, I'm totally down to play with mods. But I've just been playing 1.20.2 because I own a Realms for my coworkers and I.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand much about Minecraft shit, but if people
I don't
want to
think
get
I've played
into it,
vanilla Minecraft since I was like 10.
listen, if people want to
I've
get to
played
Minecraft,
since I was like 10.
if people want to get into Minecraft, I have a server that I'm already paying for. So if we want to set something up, then you guys can do that.
I'd be 100% down as long as it's modded, because vanilla just boys the shit out of me.
Well, I might just give you the permissions to be able to mess with all that, and then you mess with that because
Yo,
I don't
what the
understand how
f-
that shit works.
Fuck
You mod
YouTube
it for
Shorts. Yeah, I can do that. I've
LMAO.
done it before. It's actually not that hard. My YouTube Shorts has less evil facts about Hitler Part 5,
What?
and it shows 2
What?
swastikas. And I think Hitler fucks. I mean, well, Hitler is a fucking piece of shit, but I think YouTube Shorts fucked something up. I'm gonna report this video quick.
All right. Well, that aside, wait, is my thing working? Hello.
I literally opened my YouTube and there was just swastikas on my recommended. I was like, "The fuck is this?"
Is my
LMAO. I have not
I'm-
played anything this season. I haven't played since last
Okay, there we go.
season. Sorry, I just loaded up my
I was just checking the overlay thing I tried using. The fucking usual thing that we use for the Discord chat is the service is down, so I have this other overlay program which is dog shit. But I guess it's fine. Okay, we're all here. Are we ready to go?
Yes.
Yeah,
Alright.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let me turn off the pre-show thing. We're live on the platforms, right? Yes, we are.
turn off
Okay.
sound alerts.
Sound alerts is off. I turned them off.
Ah,
You missed out on that, Justin, okay? We already had an FBI open up, okay? We're moving on from this. All right. Welcome, everybody, to another exciting episode of the Anime Book Club here on the Wolfborg YouTube channel and Twitch channel and Kick channel. All the channels. Subscribe on all of them, follow on all of them, whatever the fucking things are. Just do all of that. And this week, we're on the final volume of Summertime Rendering. This is it. We're done after this. Well, after this, we're going to also discuss what the next series is going to be during this next week. So there won't be a stream next week. But this week, we're here for the end of our mystery murder journey with mer people and shadow fuckers and priest pedophile time traveling immortal things.
Wait a minute.
Listen, okay. It's been a long journey. We got some video gaming. There were theories. There were lots of theories about whether or not this was all just going to be a video game. I'm glad that didn't end up being the case.
Yeah, for real.
It was
So-
funny.
You know, heavy symbolism there
Yes.
at the end for that.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
But before we get into that, let's quickly run through all the guests this week. It's the usual crew that we've had, but we'll go through them anyways. First of all is me, of course, Wolfborg, aka Chaplin, here on the Wolfborg YouTube channel, Twitch channel, all that stuff. Talk about anime, and all my opinions are based and correct and factual. You can't argue against them. They're just true. That's just how it goes. And then we have Justin.
Sup?
Wow. Amazing. We had to move today's episode over to tonight because of Justin was busy with the wedding. How was the wedding, by the way? Was it good?
It was good. I thought I broke my foot, but it seems alright now.
Broke
Oh,
your foot at the
fuck.
wedding. Oh, damn. Yeah, what was it? Your sister getting
And
married, right?
fucked up
Yeah.
the wedding.
Nice. Yeah, I normally I'd leave it on the Thursday, but because it was the last volume, I figured we might as well just wait a couple days. So that's why it's tonight on Sunday. The official schedule in the future is not changing to Sunday, at least not unless anybody else would like it to. For right now, the plan is still to keep things on Thursdays. So that's where I'm currently at. We can discuss more about that afterwards. All right, so that's Justin, and then we have Nyan Bacon.
Heyo, I'm Nine Bacon or Ann or Andy or whatever you want to call me. Honestly, you could call me Slut and I'd be like, fine, fucking whatever, I guess.
God damn.
I am now on Blue Sky, under Nyan Bacon. I haven't done anything recently, so I don't have anything to promote. But if you do happen to have a Blue Sky and need to spice up your feed, I will produce some art eventually.
This is my daily reminder to me that Blue Sky exists because I have one and I just keep forgetting it exists.
I know what that is this week.
I'm gonna start doing that every single week.
Good.
For the
good.
sole purpose of reminding you that it exists.
Good. I'm gonna start streaming on Blue Sky as well. I don't know how that'll work, but we'll do it. All right, and then we have Shadow Man.
I've been on a hiatus for I don't have anything to link this time. Sorry.
All right. Well, eventually he'll be back on the Mega Man grind, I'm sure. And then
I don't just do Mega Man. You know that, right?
Listen, I'm trying to help you shout your shit out because you just said, fuck you, I don't have anything this week, okay? I don't need your back talk. I'm trying to help you out, all right? Okay, anyways, now next we have, all right, listen, it was a better job than what you did. I don't want to hear it. Next up we have Turando.
Hello, I'm Turando, and I like to read.
That's good, that's all it takes. Okay, and now we can finally begin. We've had people expressing their thoughts already within the server about these things. I have thoughts to express as well. Oh God, I don't know. I'm like, on one hand, I'm like, okay, the action fights are cool. I expected it to be a cool final action fight. What the fuck was everything else? I don't understand. Well, first of all, the nature of, all right, we start this off with Shinpei, Ryunosuke, who's inside of Shinpei, and Ushio going to the Shadow Realm to follow Shide, the evil mastermind, who now has a tiny baby fetus version of Haine on his like arm, shadow shoulder or whatever. The Shadow Realm is basically like a warped version of the island, and it's called Tokoyo, not Tokyo, Tokoyo.
I made that mistake at first.
I don't understand why we chose that name for it. I don't know if there's some meaning for it with the Japanese kanji, but I read Tokoyo and I'm thinking the dark version of an island is the city. Is that what that is?
Yes, it is.
Listen,
because that's where capitalism stems
Bro,
from.
yeah, bro really said fuck urbanism.
Based.
So the weird name of the Shadow Realm aside, they go there. There's a weird scene that felt out of place where we're just spending the beginning of this volume with Shinpei and Ryunosuke being like, "Hey, how about we actually like become bros for
That's
like?"
what I said. Why?
So annoying.
Why?
I'm like,
we have one volume and we're wasting this many pages.
Yeah.
on it.
The point of
We have
that.
like 10 more chapters to go.
Like, I looked at it and I'm like, okay, I understand. We didn't have much like interaction between Ryunosuke directly with some people because he was inside of Hizuru before, maybe. But, and then also I kept thinking like, you know, Ryunosuke doesn't look too different from from a Shinpei. Like, they look pretty similar too. And I'm thinking to myself for a second, were they supposed to be like, one of them was like, was Ryunosuke supposed to be the prototype design for Shinpei at first for whatever reason? I don't know, but I remember thinking that to myself because I'm just looking at those two and I'm like, all right, they're chill, they're interactive. This feels like the author being like, you know, I like these two characters. I think it'd be really funny if they became bros for like the final 5 minutes of the of the big confrontation, like before the confrontation, before things start dying, because he's like, I don't know who's going to survive yet, so we'll just have him be chill for like 5 seconds. And then
I feel like it would have been more constructive if that relationship had carried over.
Right.
And there had been a point to it, but we'll get to that.
yeah. So,
All right, and is this where we get the screenshot
oh,
Oh, you got
yes,
screenshots?
yes, we do have a screenshot, which
from me this time?
I forgot to pull directly into OBS. I did
Yeah,
download
come
it.
on.
Listen. Oh, yeah, this one. Yes, yeah. Okay, all right. 1 second. Oh, OBS, are you gonna fucking load the image, or are you gonna be a bitch?
No, sorry. It can't handle the sheer power of this image.
Here it is. This is Ryunosuke. Okay, this is Ryunosuke, who's like visually appearing inside of I guess the Shinpei's
brain.
head as they're talking to each other. Which again, prior to this, Ryunosuke was not able to communicate with whoever's body he was connected to at the
Inside.
time. That was something that kind of only really started last volume for like no real reason. So now Ryunosuke is just talking up and hanging out with Shinpei, and he's literally saying, "Okay, I'm gonna stop hiding my accent." And I remember seeing this panel too and thinking, "Fuck, no, stop! I don't need it. We're going to the end. We don't need it."
For reference, chat, when I sent this, I sent a few words along with it and saying, "We're fucked."
I didn't take a screenshot of this, but I wrote it down as a quote or whatever, because I think around this time of this panel, there was like Ryunosuke was asking like, "How does it feel like?" or whatever when I take over the body, and Shinpei's like, "Well, it's really fucking weird being just your mind. I can't like see anything or whatever myself. It just feels like I'm just kind of existing as a consciousness or whatever." But he's like, "But it sort of feels like my bird's eye view thing, so I should be okay." And
Yeah,
I'm just like, oh no.
That was also the one time that I noticed it. I was like, why?
We don't need the accents right before the big fight. We don't need the accent in the big fight. We don't need it. I understand. I understand it was there during the actual dialogue in the Japanese. I don't know. I don't know who to blame for this. I don't know if I should be blaming the author for making the accent be a thing in the final fight, or if I should blame the translator for translating it as woke and the other ways that they were doing it. I'm not sure who I should be more mad at over it. I mean, I'm sure the translator did an accurate-ish job, but the author was just actually kept doing it. I'm like, okay, I understand they're islanders. Chill. I don't know. I mean, that's been a problem that we've had recurring for all of our reading of it. We've brought it up several times, the accent stuff. So they're going off to find Ushio at first, because Ushio's not with them at first. So they go to find Ushio, and they're in like a reverse shadow version of the island. And there are shadows walking around, but they're not like directly attacking them. And then they find Ushio. Ushio is like, there's like a other Heine with her, and they're ready to like kill that other Heine, but Ushio's like, no, this is the good Heine, because we have to have an ending where they work together and save Heine in some form or fashion. The Heine they work to save and they talk to is not the same Heine that has been here for the entire story at all. She's just been the good version person shadow of Heine, who's just been in the shadow world for all of this story, I guess. I'm not entirely sure. The Heine that they've been encountering up until now is still like the deformed fetus shadow thing that's on Shide's armor or whatever. So I'm looking at that like we're not really helping the Shide that we've been dealing with, but I understand the author really wanted to have like this is the nice Heine and you're gonna work together to save her, and I'm just like, this is really fucking cheesy with how quickly we're just gonna go into that. But I'm like, okay, here's the good Heine, whatever, fine. And then fucking World War II starts happening. So Shide uses the memory of the air raid, which is why Heine is currently weakened. I mentioned this at the end of the last volume because I was like, oh, this is a nice little lore thing that he added in the afterword of the story. That's a neat little detail. Didn't realize that was going to be the entire main focus of the final action fight was the air raid. So the air raid is like a fictional memory thing that is like having real world like effects on the shadow world. But no shadows actually die in Tokoyo. So I guess Shide's only goal is just to damage Ushio enough to take her eye, because he wants her awakened eye, which apparently can control everything. Everything as long as you're not in Tokoyo. So now that you're in Tokoyo, you can be like, hey, Ushio, you're overpowered, but not here you're not. Here it's just a regular eye. So
Yeah, I felt like that was... so dumb. Like, you felt the need to make this entire pocket dimension so that you could fuck up with the physics that you already established in the real world. You could really tell that he was just winging it at this point.
It's
like mentioned in one of the earlier volumes.
It's a weird thing because he's like, okay, I have to nerf Ushio, who has this god eye somehow, but also I still have to let everybody, all the shadows, still be able to do insane fighting shit in this world, even though it's not supposed to. Like, in my view, this shadow world is supposed to be where the shadows can act, like, have to act normal, because they're not, like, abusing the physics of the real world. They're within the physics of their own realm. So in my view, they're not supposed to have the insane fucking action bullshit that they were pulling in the mid-sky during the air raid fighting each other. But apparently that only is in place to the whole, this realm is where the shadows actual physics happen or whatever. That only rule is in place for her eye, just to nerf her eye, nothing else really. I also don't understand.
And Ryunosuke's 2-second rule.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's true, because now he can't see into the future at all.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. So, like, the action scenes with the air raid fight, obviously those look cool. I thought those looked cool, at least. It's hard to follow some parts of what was happening for me, but for overall, I thought it was cool, the ideas of, like, us having the fight mid-air with, like, these missiles coming down and stuff. The problem is, there's not really any real implication of the air raid having an effect, because we're immediately told shadows don't die here. So I'm, like, not worried for them at all in this fight with the missiles and air raid stuff. I'm just like, all right, it looks cool. I don't really understand it practically, but it looks cool, I guess. That was just me, I guess.
Like, he established that rule and then, like, immediately broke it later. Because if I remember during that fight, it was talking about the fact that Ushio still didn't want her flat shadow getting hit, which meant that she could still get hurt, and also she almost did die on top of the plane, and also she almost did die later with Heine before reforming the bullet.
It kept saying that, like, he kept saying that he didn't say he was going to kill her. He just kept saying that it was going to take her a long time to recover from those attacks. So I think, like, you can get obliterated, but you can't die.
You can, like, take damage, but you won't, like, evaporate, or, like, maybe you could still be absorbed as data by other shadows or something. Because we know Ushio can hack other shadows, because that's how she gets rid of the air raid, is she hacks into the baby Heine that's on Shide's shoulder and gets rid of the air raid memory. That's like, this is where we get into my frustrations already. Fucking Ushio, fucking god power Ushio, just touch things, just hack things away. I don't know. The fucking way that they go to beat him is, quick, I'm gonna make a hacking bullet. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm just gonna make a bullet that can hack him. This is how we're gonna defeat him. I don't know.
What's the rule of writing? Like, the solution should it be established at least somewhat earlier, and not like the moment it happens?
Like, I guess you could argue it was established earlier by saying that she could make things and could hack things. I didn't realize we could just combine these two things and say, I could just make a bullet that hacks things.
Why was Heine able to move the gun in that last section if the reason she was able to control the memory was because it was a memory that she witnessed? But the gun was outside of the memory, so that shouldn't have been within her capabilities.
Listen, it happened because Yasuki Tanaka wanted it to happen. He thought it would be a cool way for everybody to work together and save the day, okay? What was in that one? It was like they were trying to get things ready to shoot Shide, but because they don't have the future thing, he was pretty much going to beat the shit out of them if they tried anything. And Shinpei could barely last in the Shadow World without Ryunosuke possessing the body, because it kills humans that are in there usually. So they had to do something to like give Ushio enough time to do it. What was it? They try to like fake him out or something. I don't. Listen, all I know is we had to set things up. We had to distract him long enough. Time moves differently in the Shadow World as well. That kind of fucked with things a bit, I thought. And then they were like, okay, we got the shotgun. It's got the was it a shotgun? It was a shotgun, right? Yeah, it was a shotgun.
Yeah.
It was a shotgun. Okay. All right, now we got the shotgun bullet that's going to save the world, the hacking bullet. And that's what we do. And then it was just like, we just have to make sure we can actually hit him with it. If we miss, then shit's fucked. But and so like at first I think they like try to keep him distracted, like you're going to fight Shinpei / Ryunosuke, and then during that sequence, once he's like distracted from that, and then that gives him enough time to do the gun and shoot them and all that. But I don't know. My whole thing was, I thought the fight was cool. I still don't understand the point on Shide's side of things. What was his goal?
Thank you. What was his goal?
His goal was, I want to turn off the world. Why?
I can see it end.
Just
yeah,
why,
he
though?
just wanted to see the world end, and when he realized that his body wouldn't make it because Heine had gotten too weak, he was just like, fuck it, I'll end the world so that I can see it end.
Myself.
Like, what kind of bullshit explanation
I
is
don't
that?
I was expecting like three things from the final volume. One is I was expecting more from the perspective of Shide. Either they somehow like they still fight him, but they have him live or whatever, they convince him, or they find out his ideal is like really fucked up evil or whatever, of like some twisted view of something that he wants to really achieve. I thought it was going to have something to do with the fact that he was alive all those years ago and he wanted to bring back the real Heine, not the shadow one, but it turns out the real Heine is just in this shadow world. I mean, as a shadow version, but like that the nice version of Heine is just in the shadow world. So I'm like, okay, so that idea's out. This dude's just evil just because, I don't know, he's been alive 3,000 years. Fuck it. I don't know.
3,000?
Not 3,000. It was like hundreds or something.
300, yeah.
Whatever. My point is my point is he's been alive for like all these fucking years, and I've figured, okay, maybe that's just distorted his views on the world and all this time. Plus, he's a religious dude, so maybe he's, just... I figured it was something like he wanted to become a god, just ascend to becoming a god, take over as the shadow god. But no, he just wants to turn off the whole world entirely, and I don't understand.
Based?
I never got what he was trying to do. I understood how he was doing things before, and like the ways he was trying to manipulate Shadow Heine to achieve his goals. I don't understand what the point of his ending was.
What's
like,
the end goal here?
Like, I look at that and I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, so this is just like the generic bland JRPG fucking video game bad guy who just wants to end the world because he's the demon lord, and there's no other reason behind it.
Wolfborg, it's all the JRPG plays. All makes sense.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I was thinking that, because I'm just like, why would you? And I don't know if it's a mixture of that or a mixture of the fact that this probably wasn't where he wanted the original story to go. Maybe he had a different idea in place for what he was going to do with the priest, and then he only ended up having this much time to do it. I mean, I don't know what happened. I don't know. All I know is I was disappointed with everything that happened with the big bad. I understand some of the things that happened afterwards, where they go back through the memories to when the whale originally showed up, and Ushio has to erase the whale through time travel shenanigans to prevent the shadows from ever happening. I understand doing that to solve the problem. I don't understand everything that happened afterwards. So maybe you guys can help me out with this, okay? I've worked through time travel stories before, especially with Steins Gate. And I look at earlier in this, earlier in the story where they established causality loops can prevent shit from happening. Like they couldn't take the Shinpei's eye before because causality memes. But she can go back and erase the whale, which would thereby cancel her ever getting the awakened eye and becoming a shadow. We can do that somehow. And then go back and also do other stuff to correct things.
Is that when she's technically like a higher being at that point because of the egg or whatever? Or
well, that's what I figure, but then I wouldn't understand why they wouldn't be able to take Shinpei's eye before, because Heine would also be a god at that time, right?
I don't know.
This is where I'm confused.
She didn't count anymore?
But even that aside, here's the other thing I get confused about, okay? I understand, said this last time, I said this last week, we were going to have to see scenes where Ushio is going back in time and making corrections. She has to go back in time to give Shinpei the eye to start things off. She has to send the message to, Hizuru. She has to, I think there was something else that she did. But she had to set up some things in place for things to happen. So my idea with that, when I said that, was that once that's established, because we have to, because causality, then we just continue the story from that date, like July 25th. No, we restart back before all of the events happen, okay? And then we see Shinpei on like an extra loop where the shadows never existed. Ushio is still alive. I'm still confused personally of whether or not that Ushio is the shadow Ushio. It seemed like she was because she knew the memories at the end.
I think that, so my reasoning, my understanding of it was that the Ushio that was supposed to be alive in that timeline gained the memories of Shadow Ushio. So she's not a shadow, she's Ushio without the H at the end of her name. But her brain processed the memories differently than Shinpei did. That's what confused me. It was the fact that Shinpei was baffled by this dream that he had or something. That was really weird to me. But I think that it was just that because they both had the eye, it meant that they were able to retain the memories of the past loops, quote unquote, and they were just able to move to the timeline where Ushio had erased the whale or something.
I don't know. Justin, how did you feel about the ending stuff? Justin?
Well, my fucking mic cut out. Well, it just got worse page by page, and then I just gave up hope by the end of it. I think I was messaging you while I was reading it.
Yeah, you were.
Slowly spiraling out of control.
I wanted to hear what you had to say, because you were messaging
me. It was
that.
As soon as the first few pages was the freaking let's be friends, I was like, why are we wasting time on this? What does this have to do with the end of the book? And then as soon as the fucking the air raid started, I just couldn't believe it anymore. And then I think I sent you a screenshot where it said outright, wrote in our unexpected twist.
Yes,
and I just the author isn't even fucking trying.
I'll put that on screen too. Yeah, I'll put that on screen. Yeah, I don't know. I will say, yes, it was unexpected in a way. Not for good reasons, in my view, but they were unexpected indeed. I knew there was going to have to be some big bad fight. I knew Ushio was going to have to go back in time and make some couple corrections. Didn't realize those corrections didn't seem to fucking matter in the end, because they just restart in another loop anyways, where none of these events even happen. Don't understand what that was about. I understand why the author put it in there, because he wanted to establish some kind of ultra happy ending where absolutely nobody died and several people are back to life. Ryunosuke never died in that incident 14 years ago. Did that also, I forget, did that also imply that Shinpei's parents are alive too? Because Shinpei's parents were killed by the shadows. So were they still alive at the end?
Not important.
I
They would
don't
have to be,
remember.
right?
They would
It
have
would
to
have
be.
to be, but I didn't see
Yeah,
them.
they have to be.
It has to be, yeah.
So then I guess that means that he wasn't adopted into their family. So now it's
Wait, hold on,
it's,
wait, hold on.
I just thought the fucking. I will say that I'm glad that it didn't end up being some dumb power of love shit, like we were talking about last stream.
yeah.
But
don't forget
the
that.
jumping to the new timeline, like the reason Chap was literally on call listening to me read it about an hour ago.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
So, like, I can see. This is why I was saying I guess that's an ending, because I can see why he almost had to jump to the parallel like timeline, because it was what I said. Shinpei was fucking dead. There was no way that he was going to be returning to this timeline that he saved. So we wouldn't have been able to see like the happy ending through the main character's eyes, which I'm fine with. I'm actually I like mangas with a tragic ending or stories with a tragic ending. So I think that would have been an interesting way to pursue it if like nobody managed to survive, nobody remembered except like So and Mio or something, and their friends were just like dead. So I can see why the author felt pushed to go with the ending where they ended up in the parallel world, but it was not. I guess I wouldn't have done it the way that he did. And like I said earlier, the main reason for that is because I thought that it was really weird that Shinpei seemed to confuse his memories of this life that he had just blatantly lived with a dream, and it took him like that weird half chapter to get accustomed to it. I think it would have been more advantageous if he had just like dropped the mind of Shinpei like into this new body, so he's like feeling like he's coming out on this final loop, and maybe he's like worried that it's starting over again, and then Ushio's there and everybody is like, oh, like Ushio called you, and he's like, oh fuck, like everything's back to normal. Like I think that's how the author should have gone with it, instead of the way he did, and then possibly making it so Ushio didn't remember, because then you run into that problem that Chat mentioned earlier of like not knowing whether Ushio was a shadow or like the real Ushio. But
Yeah, the implication I got with like the very last, I think, panel was, Shinpei was, obsessed with like, oh, I had a very weird, vivid dream of all this weird shit happening. But maybe it was just because I read The Swamp Man before I went to sleep or something like that. And he meets up with Ushio at the festival thing, and then he's like suddenly remembers, oh wait, all of that happened. And it seemed like Ushio saying welcome back was like establishing that she was still the shadow Ushio, just now taking over this Ushio in this world for some, or her memories just transferred to the real Ushio in this world, and that was her decision as the god, I guess, at the very end. And then now Shinpei is just recalling memories of that parallel stuff here. So like they're the only two that should know, but that this Ushio is technically the real Ushio, but along with the memories of the shadow Ushio, because overall with this story, there was like not a lot of things that we see with the actual Ushio. Most of the story is just the shadow Ushio thinking that they're the real Ushio, and then just being the real Ushio essentially with the story, for like being treated as the real Ushio and everything. There's like we have a whole thing where Ushio gets killed, right? And that's what kicks this plot off. With this parallel world, Shinpei comes back not because she dies, but because she calls him and says, you better get over here for the festival or I'm going to punch you or whatever. and then meanwhile, Naguno is also, no, not Naguno, Hizuru, whose author name was Nagumo or something like that, is heading over there, not because of the message about shadows, but because of the festival, I guess. Also, her brother is still alive, and he has a daughter who just looks like a very young version of Hizuru, and they're like best friends with Shiori. So, yeah. Listen, there was things with the parallel world stuff where I'm like, oh, I'm happy to see the Islanders happy, and like these characters are back and all that, and everything's cool. I'm just mad at how we got to it for the most part. I feel like it was a very cheap way to get to it. I
knew it was gonna be cheap. We all knew it was gonna be cheap. We all knew it was heading for the fucking, I don't even know what to say. Like, I gave up. As like when I sent you that last panel, I gave up and then just read the rest. Like, yep, let's just bring on the fucking happy ending. We know it's coming. I don't care anymore.
Now, one thing that did happen that we predicted, I forget who predicted, but somebody predicted this, and it's an image Shadow sent me. I'm going to put it on the screen now, okay? Fucking the author is like, wow, Shinpei, that's a really weird dream you had. You know, this might make a great idea for a book. I'm going to write it right now. It's called Summertime Rendering. You broke me out of my slump, boy. So,
I hate it.
listen, I forget who said it, but we pretty much knew that when you introduce an author to the story, I feel like that's almost always going to happen.
I can tell they're using Excel just by this image right here. I
You
see
know?
all the functions.
Why would you? I mean, maybe I don't know why you would. Are you sure it's Excel, not Word? Looks like it's Word.
No, because
It's got
all the functions.
It's got measurements at the top though, for like the page measurements. I don't know.
Does Excel not have that? Whatever.
I don't know. It doesn't matter the fucking program. You get the point. The point is just that this happened, and we've pretty much figured it was going to happen. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, like I said, I'm fine with like the ending shot of the parallel world and people happy. We don't dive too much into what happens to them afterwards, or like too much of what's changed. A lot of it's kind of subtle. Like you see that old man Nezu's wife is back, and they're just hanging together. And they're talking with the new priest who is not the Shide guy that we knew before. He looks different slightly. Like, so we know that that guy is not reincarnated over and over. There's like a different dude in charge now. So, you know, I mean, like I said, I'm fine with it. I'm just mad about how we got there. And I feel like we sort of rushed it with this final volume in a lot of ways that I did not like. And like I said, the action fights with the air raid were cool, but the air raid itself was like pointless. So
I think I cackled when the air raid came in. 'Cause I remember you saying, no, that was just in the author's notes. And I was like, oh, I thought I missed something big there. And I just remembered that moment as soon as I saw that page. I was like, I just cackled.
Yeah. So the last panel, the very, very last one before we get to like the end credits of the book, are like, it's a cake for Ushio's, what was it, 18th birthday? So it just ends with the fact that she turns 18. Because she actually got to live.
Legal age.
Actually got to live. Congratulations, Ushio. You did it. You had to go through parallel world bullshit and air raids inside shadow worlds and make a hacking bullet, but you did it. You sure did it. I'm proud of you. All right. What other thoughts? Yep, turned up.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm kind of confused because I thought the ending was awesome. I loved every single part of Volume 13. The happy ending, I mean, all the reasoning. But I also think it's because the stuff I read is probably pretty familiar with this field. So I thought it was really cool.
What was like your absolute like favorite part of the ending then?
Because it was all awesome. It was like the firework ending was great. I don't know. I just liked it a lot.
Well, like I said, like the whole firework ending sequence stuff, like that stuff at the end where it's just like a continuation, that extra loop, I'm fine with that. I was just kind of, you know, whatever about how we got there. But, you know, like I don't regret having read this based on the ending.
I mean,
the whole journey I think was still very fun. The characters are still great. I'm still just, you know, whatever on the bad guy's motivations, but like everything about how he was fighting was pretty cool. Like there's a lot of things I can say about this that I enjoyed. But with most mystery stuff, maybe it's for me at least, but for most mystery stuff towards the end, it's like a coin flip of whether or not I'm going to be satisfied with how we resolve things for the mystery. Because like for the most part, when I went into this series, I was expecting us to take way longer to unravel a lot of the stuff going on. And I thought there was going to be way more stuff involving having to loop over and over again. But I guess you can't really loop as much as I expected when, you know, every time you loop, you move the timeline ahead a bit. So there's, you know, we only had like, 10 loops or whatever, 11 if you count the extra one or something like that. So, you know, you don't really have too much like trial and error you can do with that. I still think that this would have also been widely improved for me if the big bad was not just Shide, but the big bad was Shadow Shinpei. Because I still thought the way he was introduced at first, I thought that was really cool. But then later on, they were just like, okay, well, actually, it's Heine, but like with Shadow Shinpei's body for some reason. And I'm like, well, why? I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, I didn't hate it. I didn't like it enough that I'm glad that I didn't buy the omnibuses.
Yeah.
I mentioned this in a DM with chat, but I ended up at Barnes and Noble like a couple weeks ago, and I found an omnibus that had the cover with Tokiko that I really liked, with her laying in the purple flowers. And I like picked him up and I sent Chap a picture and I was like, hey, these are really cool. But I don't know if I'm gonna end up liking the ending enough to justify dropping like $45 on a couple omnibuses. And ultimately I'm glad I didn't. I didn't hate the ending. I'm kind of with Turando. I thought that it was good. I liked the ending shots with the fireworks. I think the welcome back was really cute. I did like choke up a little bit at the part where Hiroko was like implying to Ushio that she needed to delete the whale, because that was like holy fuck, like even this god that has gone through this whole thing is like just end it. I don't
Just
make
fucking
me go
kill
through
me,
this
please.
again. Like that was rough, especially when she was in like the baby form and Ushio was like holding her and stuff. That was kind of sad to me. My two pieces of criticism that together ended up I think making it so that I didn't want to spend like $100 on getting the full series was Shide's motivation or lack thereof.
Right.
The way that I can almost justify it is maybe he just like went insane after 300 years, which I could see. Like that's honestly
I mean, he was also a gamer, so you know there's that too.
Like
True.
if it had leaned a little more heavily into the fact like he's
lost his
gone
marbles.
nuts. Yeah, exactly. But like based on the fact that he technically is a shadow with a human mind. Like if maybe the author had played a little bit on the idea that like that immortality had driven him crazy, that would have been cool. I feel like he was a little like the way he spoke, he was a little too level-headed to try and make that argument. And this is such a nitpicky thing, but just the fact that Shinpei thought that it was a dream when he ended up in the new loop. I don't know why that bugged me so much, but I think the fact that he had to come into the realization that the last 12 volumes had happened and he's not like getting the chance to really enjoy and appreciate the fact that he's surrounded by people that are alive again because he doesn't know why he feels that way. I think that did tarnish it for me a little bit. But I thought the ending was fine. It was a reasonable ending for it, and I thought the fights were cool. I also don't understand why everybody was laughing at the air raid. Now maybe it's because I was speeding through it, but like I thought the air raid was fine. Like I didn't see a problem with it story-wise.
It kind of just came out of nowhere. If you didn't read the author's note,
Well, it's not like the story-wise thing I had a problem with it. It was the fact that the shadows don't really die in that world. Part of it, where it's like, I don't even know if this would really deal damage to them if it hit them. It didn't seem like it really was doing anything other than saying, "Hey, you have to fight them up in the air now."
Oh wait, no! I know that one. He wanted to try and destroy Ushio's body with the air raid, so that he could get the eye.
Well, I understand, him trying to hit her body, but I understand what he was trying to do with it. My thing is, when I read it, I'm like, this is clearly not going to be doing that at all. This is just going to be like the setting of the fight is how it felt to me. I understand why he was doing it, I guess, because, the shadows can't die there, but he can still damage them to the point where he can take the eye, and that's what he's trying to do with the air raid. It just, with Ushio's abilities at that point, I was never really worried about that part of it. I was more worried about when she goes up to him and tries to fight him directly, which was pretty accurate to be scared of, because towards the end she was like really fucking bloody and is barely able to make this bullet as she's like down on the ground still trying to regenerate or whatever. They did do the thing though where Shide hits him or hits Ushio, but then she eats or like absorbs the like hair of the original Ushio that Mio gave her, and then it revives her instantly like a potion or whatever. We did see that. I thought that was pretty neat. But yeah, I don't know. Like overall, I'm still like the action scene for that fight did look fucking awesome. which I think was the primary reason for saying an air raid is now happening. But
yeah.
So like, I don't know. I just feel like I just wasn't really worried. I was a little more worried when she was down on the ground and Shide was fighting Shinpei/Ryunosuke directly. But then they're like, I'm just going to make a hacking bullet. And I'm like, oh, fuck me. We're just going to do that to end this? Okay. But this is just my opinion on this, okay? So, like, you guys are allowed to have your different views on that. I just kind of, I don't know. I just kind of wanted a little more, and I wanted a little more of the time travel logic to resolve things to make more sense to me. But I don't know. We resolved things, and I'm glad for the after, like, not the conclusion, the resolution stuff afterwards, where you see the parallel world and people happy and all that. I'm fine with all that, but I don't know.
It was indeed a resolution of a kind.
Yes.
That's how I reacted in the moment. Sorry, go on, Toronto.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't know. I thought there was a lot of things that are implied with time travel, because time travel gets kind of wonky, especially with like timelines, parallel timelines.
Oh, yeah.
But my understanding is this. So Shadow Ushio is dead. Like the Shadow Ushio from the previous timeline, the moment she erased the Great Haruko, her total existence is gone. That timeline is gone. The shadows do not exist, and that specific instance of Ushio, like the Swamp Man Ushio, is gone. So whatever temporal information time transfer, some of that trickles down to the main timeline, but all the moments, the memories that Shadow Ushio had with Shinpei, like her total existence just disappears. So if you talk about casualties, Shadow Ushio is dead. Almost all the shadows are gone, and I don't think Shadow Heine even exists in this timeline. The reason why like there's some of that trickle down effect or why they feel sad is some of the influences of that world line is now transferred to the main world line. So like with how time travel kind of works, I feel like Shadow Ushio kind of knew she was going to disappear. And so the current Ushio is the original Ushio if she hadn't died, if shadows never existed. So there's a little bit of melancholy, but that's more like the transfer effects and whatnot. And then a lot of the fight stuff was really cool as well.
No, I mean, picked up on that, but
that kind of stuff still confused me though, because like I would understand it if her doing the action with the whale erases all the shadows completely, and that's why everybody's able to live in the end. But then she says welcome back in like one of the last frames, which kind of implies that, oh, now Shinpei finally remembers everything that's happened between us, because I also have the memories of that, because I am the Shadow Ushio essentially with the memories of that. That's what confused me. It seemed like the implication was I now have the memories of that incident from Shadow Ushio's perspective. Does that mean I'm actually Shadow Ushio, or am I the original Ushio with Shadow Ushio's memories added on? Whatever the case may be, that's still confusing, because that's not supposed to be a thing that should be there. But I understand protagonist love couple, we have to include something for them to feel like things have actually happened. So I don't know.
I disagree. Why wouldn't it be there?
What do you mean?
Like, given the fact that the whole thing was ultimately ended with the fact that both Shinpei and Ushio were able to control how they moved through space and time with the eye, why wouldn't this other Ushio, like, version of herself, like, not know that?
Because they would no longer have the eye to be able to be conscious of these time changes.
But they had it in the one timeline.
No, what I'm saying is they wouldn't have it in the extra timeline afterwards, because they don't have the eyes anymore, because the eyes should no longer exist.
Jap, you're missing something super important though.
Yeah, what's that?
It's the power of love.
That's what I'm saying. It feels like. I don't know.
I'm arguing that it's not, because I think that it's that they're like Turando was saying, I think it's that their consciousnesses trickled into this new one in response to the fact that they had the eyes. So like if anybody
But they don't have
else,
it anymore,
like
though.
Neo, right, but they had it in that other timeline. So it allowed for their that residual thing to take effect, because the other timeline is still going on. It would have to be going on because Ushio went back, or like had to have existed at some point, because Ushio went back to leave those hints. So it still had to happen, which means those eyes still existed, therefore they still had the eyes. So now the final transfer of those eyes before they like cease to exist at the end of that timeline was just moving their consciousness to this other timeline.
No, so I would totally agree with you if it was established that there can be parallel worlds that exist at the same time here. That is not the case with this, because earlier on we had established that Shide could not take Shinpei's eye because, or like take it back or destroy it or whatever, because causality. It wouldn't let them. It was like in the fourth loop or something like that. They weren't able to do it, and they said it was because of causality. And what that implies is that they aren't able to do any actions towards it, because later on that eye has to go into be given to or be used in some way so that Ushio can go back and set things in motion for this whole thing to begin. And that's why we had to have those scenes with Ushio going back and making sure Shinpei gets the eye and everything. So if it was the case where, you know, we can just create parallel worlds from these actions and all the other ones are actually still existing at the same time, I would totally agree with you. But the fact that we had to establish that these things had to happen implies that those changes couldn't actually happen on existing dual parallel world things to like force things or whatever. I don't know if I'm explaining it right, but my whole thing is like, I don't know, maybe it's just because they established one thing earlier on that they really shouldn't have tried to establish. They only really tried to establish it because they just didn't want the big bats to get the eye instantly for whatever reason. I don't know.
So, Chap, your thing is like they can't be multiple lines at the same time. That's the whole thing.
I would be perfectly fine with it being multiple lines at the same time if we didn't have that scene established earlier on about the causality rule. That whole thing fucks with that. So
to bring something up real quick, I distinctly remember like some diagram drawn out in one of the scenes where they had like the line literally ends and separates into a new line and showed them like an X through the current line to show that they can't be multiple parallel lines. I thought they like explicitly said they couldn't be.
So like I don't know. It just gets confusing with how the author was trying to handle.
No, I mean in your favor, logic.
Like no, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying like it was just confusing with how they were trying to. Because like in my view, you can't have it both ways. You can't have it so that these things can happen in both things, and you can also make it so that certain things cannot be changed in the thing. Like Steins Gate only got away with it because they added their own fucking rule about attractor fields. As long as you're in the attractor fields, certain key events will always happen, even though certain other things will be different. Like a character's death. Certain characters' deaths had to happen despite things being different because you're still within a certain attractor field. And that's a concept that they kind of established, which is based on some other things, but it was overall just a rule that they came up with for their story to drive the plot in certain ways. And it sounded like they were trying to do something like that there with like some kind of deeper logic with the time travel stuff, with the fact that they couldn't mess with the eye. But the whole fact that they can still have the memories of these other incidents and other parallel lines at the end, I don't know. Maybe I'd be better myself if I just look at that whole Shinpei and Ushio remembering everything that happened as just fucking main character syndrome.
Yeah, I would pass it off as like main character syndrome or a MacGuffin or something. Because to me, if you ignore that causality or even
the point of that final frame where she's saying welcome back, like the important thing there is now he remembers that he just went on this long journey to bring her back, was the main thing in my view. So like I'm fine with that in terms of like they finally get their happy reuniting from that, because if you don't have that, it's pretty much just Shinpei coming back home and after like a few years, and then they hang out at a festival. It's not as impactful.
Happened. The slice of life.
I mean, they did have a fight before he left, but it wasn't like a big fight. It only seemed like a big fight because Ushio died before they could reconnect previously. So now it's more impactful if he remembers. Because like that was kind of one of the things where if you look at Steins Gate, and I had at first in one of my videos said it most likely is that in some cases the parallel world lines exist. People got angry at me in the comments. They said, no. It's established in the rules of the story that because of these things or whatever, parallel world lines don't exist in parallel or whatever. Only one exists at a time or whatever. And the reason why was because they argued that if parallel world lines existed, then whatever things that Okabe from that show is doing doesn't really mean anything, because there's still always the timeline where he doesn't do the thing. So it doesn't fucking matter. So their whole argument was there has to only be one because otherwise there's no real stakes to them. But I mean, personally, I didn't really fucking care. But I kind of take those kind of ideas and apply it to this kind of stuff where I'm just like, I understand why we had to have that kind of ending. Like I said, it sounded more like they tried to do some time travel logic thing and then like needed a certain ending a certain way and just said fuck it towards the end. I'm not trying to look at this so much as like this is a fucking failure of an ending because they screwed up with the time travel stuff. I'm just more slightly annoyed by it, just because we tried to establish some kind of time travel logic and we had entire diagrams and everything related to it, and then we just kind of did a thing towards the end. But I don't know if I'm just thinking too much into it. I don't know.
Yeah, in my head, I just kind of assumed that if you take that idea that you mentioned, his brain just got teleported to the timeline that it didn't happen.
Yeah.
But with the memories of the timeline where it did happen.
Yeah. Well, listen. Like I said, fine with the afterwards of the ending. I was just not a huge fan of the whole final sequence, the fight stuff to get there. Action-wise, like I said, I thought it looked really fucking cool. I don't think I've ever had a time where I've said this looks like shit in this manga, ever. A lot of things about this look fucking amazing.
Well, I mean, there was like
the whole
one
ride.
frame or two, you know.
Aside from that one frame that you pointed out, which
they photoshopped fucking the old guy into.
Which I didn't notice that the first time, but man, when you pointed that out, I'm like, what the fuck happened there?
But, I skimmed that.
I got the eye for the finer details, I tell you.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, I skimmed that the first time, and then fucking when he pointed out, it was impossible to unsee.
Unsee it. Yeah, that was what I ran into.
I'm glad I slightly cursed all of you today.
It was like an art Rorschach test.
Listen, okay? Deadlines are things, all right? Sometimes you have to make do.
No, I found it funny, so
I mean, that one was weird because he didn't even have to have those characters be in that panel. I don't know what happened there. But
yeah, they could have just been off the screen, you know? Like,
I don't know.
Off page. They have to be directly standing next to them.
Maybe it was something like
maybe
he like set it up in some way and tried to see if an assistant could set it up, and then he couldn't get it working in time. I don't fucking know. Anyways, that was Summertime Rendering Volume 13. Does anybody have any final things that they want to say before we move on to the bonus thing I have prepared for us?
I do have one thing I'd like to comment on.
Yes, what's up?
So like, they mentioned earlier about like the original ending being different.
Yeah, it was something like he originally planned it to only be 10 volumes. And then he just wanted to see the characters keep going, so he adjusted it slightly. So that could keep going. I don't know the exact details of how much he changed it, but yeah, you can feel it towards the end where things don't feel planned out at all.
It was a real Game of Thrones ran out of books moment.
I think that's probably like a fan fiction way to describe it.
Yeah.
Which kind of reminds me of like the end of Mega Man Zero. Originally, the ending was supposed to be different, but then they made X6, and then they fucked it up. It's like, oh wait, shit, we can't end it like this. What would we do?
It is so funny to me that we all spent like an hour shitting on the ending, and Turando is like, actually, I liked it.
I mean, that's fine.
That's great, honestly.
Everybody's allowed to have their own opinions. I just remember I said at the beginning of the stream, mine are all the objective and correct ones. So I'm just saying, that's just how that works. It's my channel. I get to make the rules. So.
You guys are gonna have a fun 5 years because a lot of like currently in the light novel scene, a lot of these time travel endings are just tragic. So like having a good ending is like so rare. It's so rare to have a happy ending that because you're so beat down with like all the tragedy that's just flowing out in the light novel scene. It's like tragedy after tragedy after tragedy.
Bro missed what I said earlier about loving tragic endings. I eat that up. I have seen too much Doctor Who to not find a way to enjoy a tragic time travel ending.
There's so much manga and animes. Like Steingate Zero.
Mega Man to appreciate tragic endings.
You got it like Steingate Zero, Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint, like literally half of like the manga being produced is just tragic ending after. Oh man, you guys are gonna have some fun in the next couple like anime scenes.
So obviously we should just read Familiar Zero next.
Yeah, sure. That's what we'll do. We'll do that right now. Don't worry. We're gonna read all the light novels next. That's what we're gonna do. Don't worry.
Yeah. It'll be fun. Let's do it. I want to do it. Be comedy.
Listen, okay, we can discuss whatever we're gonna read next at the votes.
I think I'm looking forward to suggesting reading the Familiar Zero manga. I would not make you guys slog through the light novel. That has been torture. It's like ripping my fucking hair out. It's bad.
I'm not against us eventually getting into a light novel. The problem is usually that it's a big time commitment for many people to sit down and read a book as opposed to a manga, I guess. But it kind of depends.
I was about to say, I'm here to look at pictures.
Well,
Truly
the main reason why
I
called this the anime book club instead of like a manga club thing, just because of the possibility of reading some like light novel or something in the future. But it wouldn't be like a whole series, maybe it'd be a one-off if anything. If that ever happens.
I have a new sealed Monogatari, the first box set of light novels. Okay,
hey, I got those too. Let's start reading.
It's still fucking sealed. Okay, that's all I'm
saying. You can crack it open. I got them all here too. Okay.
Oh, crack it open a cold book.
We'll start with Bake Monogatari and then Kizu and then.
Oh Lord.
Actually, one of my limited edition Blu-rays I just sold on eBay for $90.
What? Wait, which one did you sell?
Makia.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Monogatari.
Flower that booms.
I thought you were talking about limited edition Monogatari. If you have limited edition Monogataris, I'd buy them. I don't have any on DVD yet or Blu-ray.
Yeah, I bought it for like $40 a couple years ago. Sold it for $90 on eBay last week.
Oh damn! All right. Well, anyways, so that was Summertime Rendering Volume 13. Let's very quickly before we go into my meme, let's go through. Would we recommend Summertime Rendering and who we would specifically recommend it to, and what any warnings, if any, we would maybe give or whatever. So I would still recommend people try this out. I feel like if you try out the anime, like the fight scenes look amazing in the manga form. I feel like if I try out the anime, they're gonna look even better when they're moving. I can't exactly guarantee that for sure.
Double-edged sword.
Can't guarantee that for sure though, because I haven't actually seen the anime past like 3 episodes, and there's not too much action in those first 3 episodes, except for like a couple scenes. So the manga itself though, I don't know if I would recommend buying it physically unless you really like the cover art, I guess. I have been told don't buy the actual hardcover omnibuses. I've heard that those are cheap as shit. So if you can get these, get like a paperback version. Those are pretty good. And I would only say if you want to appreciate the art a lot. But the story-wise, I really love this at the beginning. Towards the end, it got... but it's still going to keep you satisfied for the most part with like some things that you're going to want to see happen. You just may or may not appreciate how it gets there, at least if you share my kind of view. So I think it's a pretty solid thing that I could tell most people to check out, and they will try it, and they would probably get pretty decently through before getting maybe confused when they start talking about like the shadow powers that they all have and shit. I feel like that kind of started hurting my head a bit when they were like lore dumping all the abilities that they've discovered that Ushio can now do, and then like all the I don't know. If you're somebody who focuses too much on the time travel logic of it, I wouldn't recommend it because it'll probably give you a headache maybe, but I don't know. But overall, I still think it's an amazing series. I would still recommend trying it out, but maybe try it out digitally. You can actually get it digitally legally now, by the way, by going to Shonen Jump Plus, I think it's called. I mentioned it in the server at some point. They didn't. Yeah.
Bro, I've been legal this whole time. How have you been reading it?
Oh, of course. I've been going to my local video store, and they've been playing on the projector every panel. So it's been interesting to view it that way, you know. Maybe that's affected my viewing of it too. I don't know. So I liked it. I'd still say it's pretty great, especially for the art, especially for the characters. It's just some parts of the story are a bit iffy. Maybe could have used more time to let the author cook. But
roughly the second half or so of the entire thing.
What would you say overall, Justin?
I mean, it wasn't bad. I still liked it. The first half ish was like 8 out of 10, and then it creeped down to probably like a 6.5, maybe, if I'm being generous.
Oof. That's not too bad still, 6.5.
I was kind of bored by the end of it, to be honest. The last volume I had like low standards going into it, and I felt like they took my feet out still.
Oh boy. All right, Anne, what did you think?
I thought it was good. If I was going to recommend it to anybody, quite frankly, I would probably recommend it to like people like myself who are wanting to get into drawing in the manga style. Like you said a lot, like I think that the fight scenes and the backgrounds also have looked really good. Personally, I on any list I use the smiley face scale. So I'm probably gonna give it a smiley face only because I would give it like a 7 or an 8 even with that ending. I agree a little bit with Justin. I know that everybody else was saying that the air raid thing was cool. I thought that it was hard to follow. So I didn't like reading it that much. But yeah, I would say like volumes 1 through 10, 1 through 11 are definitely worth like recommending to people. And then it's like you can read 12 and 13 if you really want to.
All right, and Shadow, what did you think?
I enjoyed it until like, well, I guess as everyone else, I was like near the end, like, I don't know.
All right, I mean that's fair, Turndale, how about you?
I know exactly who I recommend it to, and I know what my rating is. So, if you've read any of like the time travel BS tragic endings, so we're talking like Reverend Insanity, Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint, Trash of the Count's Family, World After the Fall, a lot of those heavy hitting titles. This is a very lighthearted, happy ending manga, which is just awesome. I would give this an 8 out of 10, especially if you're reading stuff like Prince Ossuary or like Dark King or something, because those ones are like completely different direction. And so this is like a very awesome palate cleanser, and it's enjoyable. It's definitely an enjoyable read.
Yeah, and I think I forgot to give my rating or whatever number. Mine would be a 7 out of 10, I think. Like Justin had mentioned before, too. Probably would have been a solid 8 or 9, even 9, if it had kept up the pace of like how the beginning was going. But the later stuff kind of got a little too... I don't know, maybe it's just because like I liked how a lot of the action scenes looked. It felt like towards the end it was just action of like different kind of things, which all looked cool. I just kind of wanted a little more of the feeling that the beginning kind of set up. I wanted
more with Tokiko.
Yeah, I wanted more. I wanted more time with a lot of the background characters of this island. I wanted to see the shit.
It legitimatately felt like, so I thought about this before. It legitimately felt like, going back to Game of Thrones really quick, it felt like the writing dropped off and the action increased to make up for it.
I believe the expression is style over substance.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
And honestly, I actually don't mind style over substance a whole lot. I think that with something like a time travel thing, and with how, like I said, how many characters that were introduced that I think could have been capitalized on a lot more. This is not a situation where you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. I have no issue with style over substance at all. I consume a ton of bullshit like that all the time. It's just I want it to be consistent from the start if it's going to be that way.
That's fair.
I don't want to think I'm getting like this really heavy thinking like mystery thing, and then we just like
air raid fight in the midair in the shadow realm and make a hack shotgun.
It felt like a really interesting story mystery at the very beginning, and I felt like it was just power levels by the end of it.
Listen, and the
like the egg just had the higher power level by the end. It felt like.
Aren't you happy love didn't conquer all in the end, though? It wasn't a whole love conquers all thing.
I mean, it felt a little bit like that still.
All right, yeah, a little bit, but not like directly. At least it was more like we're gonna do everything. It wasn't like I've suddenly gained these god abilities to save the day, so just so I could save Shinpei. It was like, okay, you have these abilities now, just figure. And then she was like, oh, wait a minute, what if I just make like she just figured it out at the moment. Like I could try to do this thing. It wasn't like a whole like, okay, now I'm going to change the realm and all the timelines as like a last ditch effort to save Shinpei or whatever. I don't know. Anyways,
have you guys heard of Ajin, by the way? Just curious.
Oh, yeah. Ajin, I've heard of it. I haven't seen anything about it, but
actually, I think that is on my list to recommend for next week.
I see. More shadow people.
I've only seen like the first season of the anime.
I think hold on.
It was one of the few where like CG actually worked.
Okay, really? What was it again?
Ajin, Ajin.
It's very similar style to this one.
It's gonna be one of the ones Anne's gonna recommend anyways. So.
Okay.
Yeah. My rec list. I think. Yeah, Black Butler, Ouran High School Host Club, Familiar of Zero, Ajin, Akira. I think that would be such a fun read. Banana Fish, Future Diary, and then Blue Period, in which had Atelier.
Oh my god, we have a huge list already. All right, well,
everyone knows what my recommend is going to be.
All right, well, we can deal with all the recommendations in the next week because we're not going to be meeting up next week. So we're going to use that time to pick in my server what we're going to read next. If you're listening to this, either live or the VOD later on, and you'd like to be a part of the next book club series that we're going to be doing, please be sure to go in there in the Discord. The link will be in a description of some platform that you're viewing this from, I'm sure, and then you can go there and you can join in. Anybody can join in. You don't necessarily have to vote on a thing for us to read. You can just join in later on after we pick something. That's all your choice. But that is where we're going to end with the discussion of volume 13 of Summertime Rendering. Now, for people who want to have the time to stick around, we have the bonus Summertime Rendering quiz that I came up with questions for because we only had volume 13 to discuss. So,
can I go to the bathroom first?
You are allowed to have a bathroom break. We can have a bathroom break and then we can begin. So, no, you got to hold it in. You're going to lose points.
Be right back.
All right, I hope you all studied, okay?
Wolfborg, I have 5 exams. Actually, 6 next week.
Well, you forgot about this exam, the most important exam, all right? And now you're doomed. Don't worry.
Wolfborg, just for street cred, okay? Look, it's not that bad.
Okay, I think I know how I want to run this for it to be done the way that I want it to. It's not going to...
Yu-Gi-Oh! Jeopardy?
I don't know how Yu-Gi-Oh! Jeopardy works, but...
It's literally just Jeopardy, but Yu-Gi-Oh!
This is not going to work through Jeopardy rules, no.
Okay. I am getting the soundboard ready, just in case.
Oh, Lord.
What, you guys use, like, a soundboard to, like, chime in for your thing?
That's what I'm using.
It's your buzzer. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look at the other ones.
This is my buzzer.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, great. Sorry,
Okay.
I'm playing a video game right now.
I'm gonna put I wanted to like make a text box where I could just copy paste the questions that I'm gonna be reading off into the screen, but it doesn't. OBS doesn't auto wrap it, so it's not gonna look good. So what I am gonna do, I'm gonna copy and paste. Show this. I'm gonna change it to say it from pre-show to. Actually, wait, hold on. I'm gonna copy it and then paste as a duplicate. I'm going to change it to say quiz. And then we'll show that for this section in case people want to not give a fuck about that.
I'm back.
Welcome back. All right, are we all here?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Turndo?
Yeah.
All right. Welcome, everybody, to the Summertime Rendering Anime Book Club quiz show, okay? Here's how it's going to work. I have a list of questions that I've come up with. A varying difficulty, depending on how much you've been paying attention, I guess. And what we're going to do is I'm going to ask a question, and you're all individually going to DM me your answers to each of them. Once I have all of your answers, I will say what the correct one is, and I will keep tally of who's getting which points.
Alrighty.
You know, maybe I should also really quickly try to set up like who's getting what points to like show on the screen. Or maybe I just won't do that for this time, and maybe next time I'll set up something to do that.
Post.
Do it in post. Listen, I'm not. I don't know if I'll edit this. Maybe I will. I don't know. Anyways, fine. We'll just do it like this. I'm going to ask it, and I'll keep track on my own, and then I will reveal the final tallies in the end. Or you guys can keep tallies on your end if you want to. Whatever. So I'm going to write a thing called quiz scores. All right. So, are you all ready?
Yes.
Here's your very first question. Okay, and all of you are going to DM me individually with your answers. Okay.
Alrighty.
These are not multiple choice. So, you're going to type me your best guess if you don't know it, or just tell me you don't know it and you just give up or whatever. First question. What is the name of the island the story takes place on?
I don't fucking know.
That's not a good sign. Okay, I got. Okay, I got 3 answers that are not good.
Keep that in my head.
I think it was this. I'm not sure.
Okay. The correct answer was Hitogashima. That is the name of the actual island it takes place on. 2 of you,
close.
Justin and Turando, had said Tokoyo. That is the Shadow Realm.
I
That
knew,
is not
but
actually the island.
I thought that was like Dark Tokoyo, you know?
I love that logic. You complained to me. Anne just said IDK LMAO. So
I wanted to put Shibuya, but I knew that was false. So.
Shibuya.
No, sorry, that's the place from Digimon Cyber, so the wrong game.
Right,
actually, I think you mean it's from Blue Period.
No, Digimon. Fuck you.
Listen,
I have the first volume of Blue Period.
That was the first question. I thought that was going to be an easy one because they kept saying it, but that's not a good sign of things to come.
Did I get it right?
You're the only one who got it right. Yes, so you get a point. Shadow.
Nice Google skills, bro.
Yeah, don't. This is on the honor system, by the way. I'm hoping you guys aren't Googling or looking through DMs or anything.
I'm sure the message didn't come in 2 minutes late for no reason.
Listen, like I said, this is the easy one. Okay, this was literally what's the island it takes place on. Okay, all right. This one might be a little easier just because we've directly talked about it on the podcast before. The police officer mentions a girl he knows at the bar several times. What is her name?
Oh no!
Oh, I might misspell the name.
I think I got it.
If it's a slight misspelling, we'll accept it.
Maybe not.
Okay.
Probably not.
The correct answer was. Oh. Okay. The correct answer was Erica.
Fuck.
Justin said Elizabeth.
I thought it was something with an E, and I couldn't remember.
Anne said Elaine, and Turando said Emma. Shadow got it correct and said Erica. So Shadow gets another point.
I mean, we kept mentioning. I mentioned before we started the stream, even.
You did. I didn't want to say anything because I was like, wait a minute, that's one of my questions later.
No, I didn't Google that one.
So far, Shadow has 2 points. Wow.
Shadow's fucking killing it.
Next question. Shinpei's real parents aren't around during this story. Why not?
How specific are we supposed to get?
Yeah.
The more specific, the more points you'll get, I'll say.
Oh God, he's making it up on the fly.
Well, because I have an answer written, and I don't know how wild your responses are going to be. So,
actually, I think the answer is right. Fuck.
Fuck. What's the word?
Oh no.
Oh wait, no! It came to me.
They just keep typing, chat. They just keep typing. Let me know when you guys are done.
I'm done. I got it.
I'm done.
Hold on. There we go.
Okay,
I'm
all
not
right.
done yet.
So all right.
Okay, there we go.
All right, so the answer I wrote, and then I'll go through what everybody else wrote. I wrote, killed by Heine when they discovered their cave. More specifically was because they're like marine biologists and they discovered the cave because of that. But you didn't have to go into that kind of detail. So we have Shadow said, killed by shadows and something about water. I'll give it half a point because you said killed by shadows. So you get half a point for that.
All right. Cool.
Something about water. Good one.
Marine biologist. See, I got somewhere close.
Okay, so half a point. And Turando said they dead something about Hiroko Grotto. I will give you 1 point for that. Because that's pretty much, yes. They discovered it and they were killed.
I fucked up the details.
I should just kill.
Justin said they were drowned, but were actually murdered by shadows because they found the Enclave Grotto. That is very correct. I meant to say
grotto instead of Enclave.
I
couldn't think of the word.
I understand. You got it. So I'm going to give you 2 points because you were very specific about it.
Alrighty, cool.
I'm
not doing too good here.
Anne said they were killed by Heine and Shide when, during some exploration for their maritime anthropology studies, they found Hiroko's grotto and had to be killed to keep secret. I think they were specifically killed by Shide. No, you got it. What's wrong with this?
Yeah, that counts.
I said maritime anthropology instead of biology.
Who the fuck?
That's whatever. It doesn't fucking matter to me. You got it.
I said enclave instead of grotto.
So you're gonna get 2 points as well because you were very specific.
Oh fuck.
Okay. Amazing. Next question. I got tons of questions here. Okay.
Oh god.
Who was the first character we saw die in the manga?
Oh, like
Ushio does not count for like the funeral thing.
okay.
Just to clarify.
Like
First person we saw die?
We personally see them die in a panel.
okay.
It's not like an off-screen this person died.
Fuck.
Fuck. Is it? No. Fuck.
Who died first?
There's bonus points if you say how they died.
I know how they died, but I don't remember who it was.
Yeah, I'm looking more for like who did it. So.
All right, this one's incredibly incorrect.
Yeah, I think I got mine wrong too, but whatever.
This one's wrong. It's guaranteed wrong. I'm wrong.
I have some people typing an answer and then correcting it.
We're doing good.
All right. Do I have final answers?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
The correct answer was Hizuru, killed by Shadow Mio. They were shot by Shadow Mio, and then they were holding Mio at gunpoint.
Okay, fair.
Let's go through the answers here. We have Justin saying Mio killed by her shadow, or Mio by her shadow, so no. And then we have Shadow saying the policeman, no.
No.
I think he was killed, but we didn't see it on the screen.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, okay.
Wait, I don't get half for getting the killer?
No.
If you don't get the original answer right, no.
Damn.
Okay. Turando said Shinpei and then corrected it to Hizuru. Hizuru, final answer. And the answer is correct. You get a point. And then Anne said, I'm pretty sure Hizuru was shot by Shadow Mio in front of Shinpei before Shinpei got shot. That is correct. It is very
I don't
specific
even fucking
too.
remember that panel.
So I'm going to give you 2 points for being
Yeah,
hyper specific.
I'm fucked.
I don't think there's too many where I'm asking to be hyper specific. There's just a couple that I asked that. So
Okay.
But again, that's for like bonus points. Anyways, next one. How many nails does it take to hold a shadow in place?
Oh, that's easy.
A normal shadow, right?
A normal shadow, yes. The average shadow. Yes, you all got it right. The answer is 3, so you all get a point.
I was like, wait, is it 4 or is it 3?
Because that rule was introduced as Shiori was getting shot and it wasn't working.
Have they ever used it? Like they used it once or twice.
It was just it always seemed like more of a guess too from Old Man Nezu. I don't really think there's any logic for it having to be specifically 3.
I thought they said it was specifically 3 points of the shadow, so like
yeah, it didn't necessarily have to be 3 nails or whatever, but I don't know. I feel like it would also depend on how big the shadow is, but what do I know?
How big the nail is.
It also didn't work every time.
Listen, when you're fighting the literal god of shadows, maybe not. But all right, what's the name?
It did work on her at the end, though.
Okay, let's move on. Okay, so what's the name of the book Shinpei fell asleep reading on the boat to the island?
Ah, fuck me. Oh.
Yo, why are you saying fuck me? This should be easy.
Am I close?
It was talked about a lot.
I forgot though.
It's gonna be embarrassing if I then proceed to get this wrong.
Okay, the answer is Swamp Man by Ryunosuke Nagumo.
Oh, frick, that was the other one.
Yes, all of you got it right except Turando. Turando wrote Summertime Rendering. That is the book that she writes at the end after Shinpei says his dream.
It was one or the other.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I don't remember if there was a subtitle or something.
Yeah, if it had one, maybe I would have given you an extra point, but don't worry, you got it. I don't remember there being a subtitle, but you got it. All right, next question here. What is the population of the island?
Oh God.
Now, here's what I'm going to do with this. The closest without going over is going to get a point for this, because I'm assuming most of you aren't going to get this.
All right, so we're just
So if you need to adjust your numbers, you can.
this.
But the closest without going over is going to get it.
This is absolutely incorrect.
No, wait, I'm adjusting. There we go. I think I I could be totally fucked. I
I
have
think
no
it went
confidence.
way over.
I am way over.
Okay, do I have final answers? Are we locked
Yes.
in? Or...
Yes, yes.
Okay. The answer was 700.
Okay.
So here's what I have for answers. Anne is over with 1,250. Then we have, what else do we have? Justin said 248. Shadow said 150, and Turndo said 328. So Turndo gets it because he's the closest to 700. So you get a point.
Hey. It's either 300 or 600.
I thought I was way over for some reason.
You know,
I thought I might have been over or something.
Yeah, they say the population at the beginning and the end, but like I'm still surprised that there's supposedly 700 people on this island, but I don't know. Maybe it's just, you know, we just don't deal with a lot of them. So, all right, this one should be easy. Shinpei has his own unique power that he mentioned several times. What is it?
I'm gonna be funny with my answer.
It's just so funny saying the question and seeing the people, several people are typing on like the corner of my DMs on Discord. Oh, I don't know how I'm gonna deal with some of these.
Oh, is that a response to me?
I am dead.
All right, do I got everything's answers?
Yes.
Okay, it's bird's eye view. He says it like every chapter. So Shadow got it. He gets a point. Justin said eagle eye bullshit machine ex machina, eye in the sky.
I had opinions on it, okay?
So no.
What do you mean no? It's the same thing.
Listen, he says it. Come on. Hold on. Just let me go through everybody's things, okay? Anne says his, quote, bird's eye view, which allows him to dissociate and see beyond himself. That is correct. Turando said eagle eye observer. Dimensional analysis, kinda. Omniscient viewer. Here's what I'll do. You guys can get half points. Turando and Justin can get half points, and everybody else gets a full point.
That's fine. It's fine.
Listen, you asked me more details.
Because you guys aren't wrong.
You
guys aren't wrong. You just didn't say the exact name of it. Like he says it.
I didn't have the S though, so you know.
You don't have to. You don't have, listen. You got the point. That's my whole thing. All right. Next up. Whew. How many times did we see Shinpei die in the manga?
What the fuck?
Let me think.
Oh fuck! Wait.
Does this include like? Never mind.
This does not include hypothetical panels.
Okay.
I
want confirmed.
It's just actual deaths.
I want confirmed deaths that we see. Yes.
All right, we'll go with that one.
I'm gonna go with this.
I'm so wrong.
Okay. Do I have final answers?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. The answer is 9, and the reason for this is there were 10 loops. He doesn't die in the 10th loop, and then they start the 11th loop. So there was 11 total loops, but the 11th loop was like the bonus one that Ushio starts. So he actually only dies 9 times that we see. If the 10th loop continued on, Shinpei would have died, but it didn't because they switched over to the 11th loop.
If you didn't die
This
under a
is math
technicality, he was basically
math
dead.
question.
Shut the hell up.
Listen.
You think what was left behind before they went into
somebody's
the weird
really
memory
mad
was
because they
a
wrote
lie?
10. Someone's really mad because they wrote 10.
To be fair, in the 10th one, he shouldn't have been able to pull the trigger on that gun.
Listen, take that up with the author, not me, all right? Take it up with the author.
You're the question person.
Justin said 11, Turando said 10, Ann said 10, and Shadow said 9. So Shadow gets a point.
Nice.
Okay.
I did say non-technicality, so you know, I cued in on that real quickly.
Good testing skills.
Wait, hold on. I screwed up a thing before. I'm just gotta correct it.
Oopsie.
Oh my god, please. Don't screw me up. Okay. All right. I screwed some up before because I was only supposed to give Justin Turando half a point before, so I've corrected it. Okay. Now, what do we got here? Next question. What are the names of Tokiko's shadow minions?
Oh, yes!
Yeah, you definitely got it.
Yeah!
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, if you the Shakespeare thingy, whatever. Was it? No, not Shakespeare. It was written by someone else because it was post-Shakespeare. Parody.
Do I have
Good
answers?
play.
If you don't know it, you can just write, I don't know.
There's my answer.
Shadow said help. Just all right. The answer was Gildencrest and Rosencrest and Guildenstern. I said it backwards at first. It's Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. Shadow said help. Justin said gooey's and something. I don't fucking know. Nobody puts baby in a corner.
They called Gilderstein Gil, so I mean it was pretty cool.
And said Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, Rose and Gil shortened. If you were Rose and Gil, I would have accepted that. And Turandot said Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. Well, Guildenstern and Rosencrantz, but whatever. It works. So Anne and Turandot get a point.
G something, and I couldn't remember.
To explain, Rosencrantz and Guildenstern actually were originally in Shakespeare's Hamlet, but the play that I know them from was by Tom Stoppard, which was written in the 1960s.
Funny satire comedy. Yeah.
All right, now let's see here.
I'm so dead.
Oh, here's a real tough one. Okay, you can't look this up, and you can't look at any copies of this that you have lying around. Can't look at any AniList pages.
Okay.
What is the manga author's name?
I knew that was gonna be the question.
Fuck.
I don't know the first name though.
Well, you might get a half point if you can get one.
Oh, that's true. That's half point. Oh shoot.
Wait.
How
I don't even know how you spell it.
If you're at least close with the spelling, I might give it a point.
Okay, I don't even remember the fucking full thing. Whatever, I'll fire that.
Okay. All right. Do I have final answers?
Yeah.
Okay. The answer was Yasuki Tanaka. Okay. I don't know how to describe the gift Justin sent.
I typed Japanese into Discord, and that was the first thing that came up, and that's what I clicked.
It was a Japanese man gif, I guess, in like traditional clothing that he sent me, doing like an okay sign. So, all right.
That's the first thing that came up. Don't blame me, blame Discord.
I don't think that's Yasuki Tanaka, though, so I don't think you get a point. And said Yasuki Takahashi. I'll give that half a point.
Yay.
So 0.5. Shadow said Tanaka. So I'll give that half a point.
Okay. I was just around the spelling. What was the spelling, though?
Yeah, that's the correct spelling.
Okay, cool.
And Turando said Yashiro Tanaka. Very close, not quite. I'll give you a half point.
Yeah.
Half point for that. All right.
I am so dead.
Okay. How did the original Ushio really die? Again, the more specific, the more points you might get.
I think this is about it. I'm not sure if I got the name right. Oh wait, fuck. Wait, hold on. Oh, wait, hold on.
Don't worry. You got time. Don't worry. This is not the time section yet.
Is this enough detail?
I don't know. I'll tell you later. That's for you to decide if it's enough detail.
This is fine.
God, I managed to misspell the character's name every single time I try to type it.
Well, there's two names. Oh, wait. I didn't say anything.
Is it 2 names? I don't know. That sounds wrong to me, but okay.
Hold on.
All right. Do I have final answers locked in?
Hold on.
Okay, I'm holding on. All right, are we good?
That was not spelled correct, but whatever.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. The correct answer was killed by a shadow underwater while trying to save Shiori. That was the main thing I was looking for. I think some people will try to get more specific, like which shadow killed her. So, here's what we got for answers submitted.
Wait, don't read mine out loud. It sounds stupid now.
I'm reading it out loud. Okay.
What if I delete the message?
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Screenshot. Yeah.
It's locked in. I've already copied it. Okay.
No.
All right. Here's what we got here. Turando said, drowning, pulled under by a shadow child from the dead family. Investigating the legend, Shadow Ushio did the opposite, tries to save. I mean, it is correct that they were pulled underwater, killed. The investigating the legend thing was wrong, but everything else about it was right. So I'll give you a point for it.
Yay. I'll take it.
Okay, Anne said, oh God, what is this fanfiction you've written? Ushio was killed via strangulation when she tried to save Shiori. She thought she was saving Shiori, human, but was actually following Shiori, with an H, Shadow/Heine, pretending to be Shiori, who was baiting Ushio into coming out to the water. Shiori Heine then strangled her to death.
I think this might be a little too much detail.
That's 2 points.
Did she just get like 10 points off of that?
It's correct. You got it. And you went specific. You get 2 points.
Drowning was it drowning or strangulate? That actually confused.
It was strangulation.
It was strangulation, but it was underwater strangulation.
That was why So was able to go to his dad and be like, dude, she was fucking murdered, and his dad was like, nah, shut up, bro, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah, because they ignore the marks around her neck.
I wrote on my answer that I was looking for killed, so I didn't really go specifically like whether she drowned or was strangulated. Technically, you could say both happened, but like she was strangled.
Yeah, the water got her for sure.
Yeah, it was a thing that happened underwater. The fact that she was underwater.
Yeah, it was the mer people though.
It was the mer.
Damn it.
Justin says strangled by Hiroko while trying to save her because she thought she was that little girl in the corner, could tell, but was in on it. That is slightly incorrect. That is what originally was what they thought until we went into the memory flashback and found out that they were going to save the real little girl, and they were starting. They were starting to do that, girl. And then a shadow version of that girl, because it was the shadow version of that girl that was pulling her down. It wasn't that she tried to save the shadow girl. It's that they were trying to save the real girl that the shadow girl was currently attacking. The shadow girl was trying to kill her and replace her.
Yeah, so she thought she was that little girl.
No, but she was that little girl. And I'm trying to think. I'd still give you a point, I guess, because you did get the fact that she was strangled by Hiroko. And it's just the reasoning for it, I guess, is not completely accurate. Enough. So I'll give you a point. And Shadow said, drowned by Heine trying to save the person Heine was possessing from drowning. Yes. I will give... wait, this wording is kind of fuck with my head. Trying to save the person Heine was possessing from drowning. Well, because you didn't say Shiori, it doesn't mean you didn't know that detail to say it.
Yeah, fair.
So I'll give you a 1 point, not 2. 1 point.
Okay. That is absolutely fine by me.
All right. Now, what is Rinosuke's primary weapon?
Wait, so this doesn't he technically have 2?
If you write something that I didn't write down and it's got a good argument for it, I might accept it. There's one weapon I'm thinking of, but if you think of something else that I might have missed, we'll be fine with that too.
What was it again?
What is Rinosuke's primary weapon?
Oh, okay. I think this should be right. Think.
Okay. The answer, everybody's locked in, right? The answer I wrote down was sledgehammer. Let me read through some of these. Justin said, couldn't you argue sledge or his possession? They're kind of both his weapons he uses the whole time. I was looking for like a physical weapon, but you wrote sledgehammer anyway, so you still get a point, so you're good.
Yeah.
Cool.
You're going up. And then Shadow said sledgehammer, correct. You got a point. Turando said shotgun. They do use a shotgun. don't know if I'd say it's a primary.
I also feel like, and it turned out not to take the point away from you, that was Hizuru's weapon. Ryunosuke's was the sledgehammer.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually true too.
I didn't even realize that. Yeah, that's true. Okay, yeah. So, all right.
What are the new things just from this quiz? In lifetime.
Right, so, unfortunately, that is not correct. So, you will not be getting a point.
Durando will remember that.
But Anne wrote sledgehammer, so you get a point.
Yeah.
All right. What do we got now? What critical information did Shinpei use to confirm exactly when Mio was copied?
Oh gosh. Wow. Okay, that's an interesting question.
Oh man,
Wolfborg brought this up. Wolfborg brought this up. Oh my gosh. Oh, here's a fun answer then.
Oh, I'm not.
What?
The question again is, what critical information did Shinpei use to confirm exactly when Mio was copied?
Oh shit! I remember now. I'm such a
of course.
Okay. You know what? It's probably this.
Fuck! I just remembered. God damn it! You fucking.
The answer was her panties. The pattern of it, the color of it, whatever you wrote. As long as you wrote her panties or underwear, you got it. Justin wrote the color of her underwear. Shadow wrote her underwear. Turando said panties, fan service, Mio, ... So, yes. And Nyan said the pattern on her panties. So, yes, you all get a point. Congrats.
Yeah, I was
just say close, but I didn't want to say that.
I was like, there was the white flash thing. I was like, but he wouldn't bring it up if it was that. And I'm like, why do I remember a pattern in the back of my mind? And then I remember the upskirt panel. I was like, never mind, I got it.
It was because her panties were white in one shot, and
bicycle.
then in another one they were white and blue striped.
And that fucking
and he remembered that like the moment before that Mio murdered him, and I was like, what the fuck? Why would you? Okay, so
Shinpei's got an interesting mind.
Before Shinpei confronts him, the priest mentions a game he's looking forward to. What game is it?
Fuck.
This is a real game.
There's like 3 of them. Oh gosh.
If you name one of those 3, then you get a point. As long as I can actually find it in that thing. I have one written down, but there might be some others that he mentioned. It's something that he's looking forward to, not one that he has already played.
I don't remember. I'm gonna guess.
I misspelled part of it, but I think you can fill in the gap on that one.
I only remember what the fuck the author kept mentioning for games, not the fucking.
What, they game Morbius on DS?
Okay, let me know when I have final
Wait,
answers.
sorry, what was the question again? Was it a character or the author?
No, the character, the
fuck.
priest.
I only remember. Okay, yeah, I only remember what the fucking author was talking about. Shit.
He mentions the game he was looking forward to right before Shinpei confronts him about being a shadow.
I don't remember.
Okay. Better not be Final Fantasy.
All right, do I have final answers?
Yes.
Oh, wait.
You can't okay. Now I got final after he shouts it, bro. I don't know what to do about that. What just happened there? But...
You asked if I had a final answer. I said no.
This is bullshit. All right, whatever.
You said it better not.
All right. Stop. Okay, stop. We're locked in now. Okay. All right. The correct answer that I wrote down was Final Fantasy VII Remake. Okay.
Remake. Oh gosh. Okay.
I put 13.
I thought 14 or something.
I don't believe I have an answer from Turno that says Animal Crossing. I don't believe the priest says Animal Crossing. I believe the author says Animal Crossing.
Yeah, I
can't remember which one of the fucking games wasn't the author. Because there was like 17.
And said Final Fantasy ... 13. That's not correct. Maybe I'll give you half a point just for Final Fantasy though.
Okay. I'll take it.
So
Shadow said Final Fantasy VII Remake, so he gets a full point. And Justin said,
you mentioned that explicitly.
Now, Justin said Dynasty Warriors, and then heard Turndo say Final Fantasy, and then wrote Final Fantasy.
Yeah, because I remembered. I remembered.
Yeah, I was 50-50. I was like, it better not
I didn't think
be.
it was... Turndo didn't think it was right.
I didn't
so
think
you
it was
just yoink
right.
it?
I'm okay with that. I'm just more pissed at myself. Oh my gosh.
All right, listen, Justin, I'm only going to give you half a point because you didn't write 7 or
That's
Remake.
Fair.
So,
That's fair. That's fair.
I shouldn't give you a point at all because you clearly just yoinked his thing, but okay, so I gave Anne a point, or half a point. Did I just give you a whole point? Hold on. Yeah, I did by accident. You're only getting half a point.
I got my full point, baby.
Shadow gets a full point. I think I have my tallies for everything right at this point. It may turn out if somebody goes back through the VOD, I'm doing the counts wrong on my end, but hopefully it won't be too drastic of a difference.
The points don't matter anyway. Let's be real.
Yes, whose line is it anyway?
Yeah.
Don't worry. Okay. What day is Ushio's funeral?
Oh fuck.
This I don't remember.
Oh. If we give you
think it was
2
like-
answers, will it count?
No.
Damn it!
You can't just guess all the dates. There's like 3 days the story takes place in.
Yeah,
I can't remember the month. I think I have the
right.
day, but I'm not sure.
No,
I don't know if I have
no.
a month though.
I like this. This is fun.
I want to say.
We never do Mega Man Bounder. Can I be the guy asking the questions?
Okay, I will warn people. I am looking for a month and a day. So
Fuck.
Boy.
I think it's something like this, but I might be wrong.
I'm seeing some people only write a day. So I'm looking for a month and a day.
This one's wrong. This one's definitely wrong.
Remember, it's summertime rendering, so it's gonna be sometime in summer.
Like, it doesn't have to be a day of the week because I don't even know if it mentioned the day of the week. But
You'd have to know the year.
yeah. All right. Do I have all the answers? Are we locked in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. The answer was July 22nd.
Oh.
That was off.
I managed to get the month and the day wrong.
I couldn't remember if it was July or September.
Justin wrote September 24th. Turando said 3 days before the festival's 25th of July. I don't know if you meant to do some math here to figure out what that day was, but
No. The answer above it is 22nd of July.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm dumb. I didn't see that because I just assume whatever's above is the past answers. Okay, yes, 22nd with a TH of July.
Yeah.
Okay, I should dock you a point for not writing ND for 22nd. No, I'm just kidding. You got a point for that. And then Anne wrote June 25th. Nope. And Justin wrote July 23rd. So it's a close one.
Yeah?
That's what I said. That's what I said.
What did I say?
Because Justin guessed September.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say Justin? I meant Shadow. I meant to say Shadow. Yeah, Shadow wrote July 23rd. So close, no cigar. So Turando gets a point. All right. Next up. How do the shadows track Shinpei?
Sorry, what was the question?
How do the shadows track Shinpei?
Sorry, I was getting yelled at. I didn't hear what the question
How
was.
do the shadows track Shinpei?
ADA, view rubric evaluation.
Okay. Do I have final answers?
Oh, wait. I mistyped something I just read.
Okay, hurry up.
1 sec. And it's 1 sec.
Hold on.
I'm clarifying to make sure. There we go.
Okay, is everybody locked in?
Yep.
Okay. The answer I wrote was Heine's hand mark. It was used to track his location, and then she sends the signal to the other shadows. So the answers we got written down, Anne said the shadows are Heine, or are you just looking for the handprint on his arm? So you get the point, but there's another part of this. Because I don't think the shadows can do that, only Heine can. And then she gives them instructions telepathically, but I guess I might be wrong. Nope, you're correct. You are very correct. You actually got more than what I specifically wrote down, so I'll give you 2 points.
I was gonna ask the question out loud, and then I was like, "Wait, that's giving other people the answer."
You're
but
like,
I was
no.
gonna be like, the shadows are Heine, because the shadows can't track him that way.
I was gonna debate whether to include the telepathy thing because that was kind of given, but yeah.
Okay, Shadow wrote Heine puts some kind of marker/tracker on him after they check the memory of the drowning. That is correct. after the memory of the drowning part. What was that part? After the memory.
That was when they got the mark.
The memory of like
yeah.
Where,
it was supposed to be
that's
just a memory, and then Haney grabs his arm.
Oh,
Wait a
okay.
minute.
All right. So because you added that extra detail of when it happened, I'll give you 2 points as well.
Nice.
Okay. Justin wrote Heine's mark handprint on his arm, which doesn't matter because he can hide it and fucking kill anyway.
Can hide and yeah.
I would argue that's enough detail for 2 points.
It is. I'll give it 2 points. Turndo said shadow hand by Heine, the tracking mark. I guess 1 point. That is correct.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Fucking
I like if
bullshit.
we smash some bullshit away to get an extra point.
Listen,
all unique ways, by the way.
Listen, as long as you can prove you read the shit, okay? All right. This next one. This one might be pretty hard. I think this one's one of the hardest ones I put down.
And that's Fantasy 14 at 7-1?
What was the name of the officer that arrived to investigate the missing Kobayakawa?
Oh, you fucking troll.
Yeah.
Fuck
you. For real?
Let's see if anybody knows it.
No.
Let's see if anybody knows it. I have a feeling nobody's gonna get. I will not accept "fuck you, Derek" or "Tokyo Man" as answers.
Tokyo Man.
None of you even could think of what his name could have possibly been. He says it. He has a whole reveal and everything.
Yeah, like we're gonna remember one detail in 139 chapters. Yeah,
I remembered it.
That.
Okay, I remembered it. His name was Miura. Okay, he even stretched out the A for some reason. I don't know why, and then he died.
That would explain why I don't remember it. He annoyed me, so I didn't retain the.
Well, he annoyed the story enough to just kill him.
Died like
so
2.5 pages later. Yeah.
Listen.
What's the name of the other police officer, Derek?
I know his name. I'm not gonna say it in case it comes up later. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember what I wrote, but I know the name of the officer that's in the story, right? The one that's there in their main crew. Actually, no, I don't think I have a question related to his name. So his name was Totsumura. Okay, I'll have you know.
Oh wow. Okay, so you do know these.
Of course I do. I read this fucking manga. What have you guys been doing? God damn.
I legitimately forgot Totsumura's name, which is really funny because for at least 2 streams, I mentioned him by name and how much I liked his character.
Not enough to get to know him, apparently.
My problem.
I guess not.
Okay, the answers I received were, "Fuck you, Derek, the real hero of the story." That's what Justin sent me. He was the real hero. He would have been. He could have been if this was.
He should have been. If there's any justice in this world.
And said, "I have no fucking clue, man." Turando said, "Tokyo Man." Shadow said, "You fucker." So there's no points for any of you. Okay, you're not real fans of Miura. All right. What is the actual name of the god who controls the shadows?
Oh.
Oh, fuck.
This one's a little easier.
Wait, this one's
a little.
Easier than Miura.
There's like 3 names, but there's only one that's correct. Oh gosh.
There's technically only one that I wrote down that should be the correct one, but I'll accept names other than the possessed like pseudonym or whatever. All right, final answers locked in. Okay, the answer was Hiruko, or the Great Hiruko. Either way, I think there was some other god names that could have been written for them, but that was the main one that I was looking for.
Yeah, some leech shit should count too.
Yeah,
some put leech shit.
No, I don't think anybody put that down. At least Shadow wrote a dot, so I'm guessing you just had no answer. Justin wrote the Great Hiruko, even though fucking Ushio was higher on the fucking power level. Or ladder. It's true.
That 2 points?
No, it's 1 point. Okay.
It's still true though.
Justin gets a point. Turando said Hiruko, the Great Hiruko. That's a point. And said the Great Hiruko. That's a point. Okay. So good.
I have a quick question. So the whole causality thing with getting the eye, so Ushio was just more powerful, right? To have that whole causality thing happen? Because otherwise,
Pretty much.
He could have just canceled that shit out. Otherwise,
That's what it seemed like to me, but like I said, the time travel stuff with this was clearly not supposed to be the focus, other than a gimmick for him to restart. I guess I don't know.
How many more we got, Wolfborg?
3 more. It looks like actually 4 more technically.
Okay.
Okay. You need the speed run.
No, I'm fine on time. I just want.
Oh, okay.
Right. Sure. Okay. Which anime did Old Man Nezu mention when Ushio transforms from a watch? He mentions a real anime that exists.
He does.
Oh, I know what it is.
Why do I know that? Why do I know this?
Yeah, I shouldn't know this.
I don't know. I'm guessing.
I would have put Yokai Watch, but that's not the answer, by the way. But that's what I thought.
No, that's just from 2016.
In fact, I think I sent the screenshot to you.
You did.
I'm just fucking trolling at this point, to be honest.
All right, the answer was Precure or Pretty Cure.
Oh, okay.
And he says, and Anne wrote this as one of their answers, one of them pretty cure girls, because that's what he reminded her of. I guess his daughter used to watch the show or something like that. I forget. Granddaughter.
I don't even know what Pretty Cure is.
It's a magical girl show,
anime,
which I'm watching currently.
One of the longest running or something.
It's celebrating 20-year anniversary right now. It has an adult version of the Pretty Cures going right now. So.
I was close then.
You wrote Sailor Moon. You're not close.
That's a magical girl anime. What do you mean?
Younger.
Have you even watched Sailor Moon?
I know. I'm just
okay. Then I don't want to hear you say.
There's magic in it.
Turando said Digimon. No.
I said watch, so I thought that.
Maybe Yokai Watch or something, but yeah, Digimon also had those devices that look like kind of watches, so yeah. And Shadow said Precure, so Shadow and get a point.
Nice.
So what's Sailor Moon about, though?
Magical girls.
Yeah.
Why'd you shit on me then?
Because you don't even know what it's about to say that they're similar enough.
I mean, I guess
watched
magical
one
girls.
So I would know.
She has a staff, a wand, and she transforms.
Do you think the Precure girls have staffs and shit?
Yes. Holy shit, a pretty girl
don't know.
having a staff wand? A fucking magical girl having a staff wand? Crazy. Absolutely unheard of. I've never seen a single other magical girl other than Sailor Moon that had a staff wand.
Listen,
Sailor Moon's pretty special,
but that's
revolutionary.
That's the entire point I was making.
All right, listen, nerds. listen, nerds. We're moving on, okay? What is the name of the island's only hospital?
There's 2 actually.
Hospitals?
I believe so, yeah. The old one though, but I guess that doesn't really
obviously it's not running. So the island's only running hospital. We'll put it like that, okay?
Oh, sorry. What was the question?
The name of the island's only running hospital.
Oh, it's okay.
Wait, no, that's definitely wrong. Hold on, what the fuck?
I don't know the last name.
Yeah, I don't.
All right, are we locked in?
Yeah.
Rando's still typing. All right,
Okay,
so the answer was the Hishigata Clinic. This is run by the So family. So let's go through people's answers. Anne wrote Hishigata Clinic. That's a point. You got it. And then Shadow wrote Dot. So
all right, funny thing, I was starting to think that, but then oh wait, isn't that JoJo though? I'm getting this wrong.
Did you write something before and then change it to a dot?
Yes.
What'd you write before? Hishigata or something?
Yes. Wait, that's definitely wrong. That's from JoJo.
It was kind of close to the name. I might have given you half a point if you left it, but you locked in without it, so.
It's whatever. It's fine.
Justin said the So Family Clinic. I will give that half a point.
That's fair. I couldn't remember the fucking name.
Yeah, same.
What are the points looking like so far?
I'll let you know at the end.
Okay,
are you playing to win?
Turando
Can we disqualify Shadow?
Turando said whatever So/Tokiko's surname is. I'll give that half a point. Or Family Clinic, Masahito Family's Clinic, whatever their So I understand. So I'll give you half a point for that.
We all knew the answer. Just couldn't fucking remember the name.
I'm answering a phone call. Give me a bit. Okay, Anne's answering a phone call.
Okay, so just wait here.
We can, I guess.
So Anne's the cue. Let's go.
I'm trying to. I have a bonus question thing for the end, But I don't know how where it's gonna go with that. For double checking the answers for it. It's like a last ditch effort for people to grab points if they want it.
You get to bet points.
Okay, Wolfborg, who do you expect to win though?
I think Nyan at this point.
Oh, well, I know what the points people are at, but if you're asking who I expected to win prior to this, that's hard to say.
Really?
Me, right?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, totally.
Okay, who do you think the least to win then at the start of this?
I think I've only gotten full score on questions involving the water so far. I just want to point that out.
you were so focused on the mer people, right? Is that what this is?
I'm actually serious. I think that might be true.
Right. In this time while we're waiting for Ann to come back, I want to give a quick shout out and thanks to all of our supporters that I currently still have that are helping to financially fund these memes. Lil Lasagna, one of our YouTube members here. Thank you so much, Lil Lasagna. And then you have Ann with the $5 Twitch sub. Thank you so much, Ann, who's not here. And then Aztec, who is still subscribed to me on Patreon. I don't know if you just forgot about it or whatever, but I appreciate it, considering I don't ever post on there, so. And if you or anybody else you know want to financially support the stream memes and all these future endeavors, we have like a million different ways that you can do it. So just give me money. Give me all the money.
Derek's never going to financially recover from this move. I'm asking Aztec if he remembers you subbed to your Patreon.
Why would you do this? Why are you a monster?
Revenge.
For what? Taking away a point for a question? I hate you.
Wolfborg, the greatest of grudges.
This is what I get. I built this fucker for free. I built this fucker a whole program thing to spray water in his face while he streamed whenever he got things, and to test it, I had to donate to him to fucking test this thing. Did I ever get that money back? No.
Yeah,
and then he only used it. And then he only used it like a few times.
You forget that I have.
I'm so sorry about that.
You forget I have like 40 months of non-Prime membership to your channel.
Listen. Oh. Okay. It's not enough. It's not enough.
You have surely got your money back.
You know how much I get paid for my coding per hour? Okay. How long do you think it took to set that up? All right. This is bullshit.
Listen, when I'm talking hypotheticals, okay?
Okay. Anyways. Now we're all back. Let's continue. We have one thing and then a bonus question. So we're near the end. Here's the question. Shinpei's adoptive family runs a business. What is it? You can describe what it exactly is and or provide the name.
Sorry, what was the question?
Shinpei's adoptive family runs a business. What is it?
This one feels wrong though.
You can provide what they do and or what the name of it is. All right, are we locked in?
Yes.
I think so.
Wait.
Oh my god.
I don't know. I'm guessing.
All right. It is Kofune's Bistro. It is a restaurant.
Okay.
So, Justin wrote only shadows XXX or fireworks ? Neither of which are correct, buddy. Anne wrote they run a bistro. I think is the word they use specifically for it. The dad is a chef and Mio works as a waitress. I'll give that a point. Where are you? You're here. Okay, you get a point. Shadow said restaurant. And Turando said restaurant. I will also give actually I'll give those a point and 2 points because they specifically said bistro and the name of the thing. So I'll give Shadow and Turando a point. Okay, now
but those fireworks when that food goes in your mouth though.
Now this next
this
one.
Is a JoJo.
We're now at the final bonus question. This is the final chance for you to get bonus points. All right. This one may take a bit for me to double check people's answers on once you do it. There will be a timer for this. I have a Google timer that I'm about to set up for this. Okay.
Oh God. Okay.
You all have 30 seconds. I think I'll give you. Okay. List.
Oh,
I'm
jeez.
going to start the timer as soon as I'm done with the question. Okay.
Oh no!
Are you ready?
I know what this
List
is.
as many
Fuck
games you
you.
can think of that the author mentions.
Oh, game author mentions? I don't fucking
Yes.
What else?
Timer has begun. You'll get a point for each correct one.
Okay, everyone start listing as many games as you can, okay? Eventually you'll get one of them correct.
This is where I'm like, this is going to be annoying for me to double check and verify people are correct on. Is it what the so I'm looking for ones that the author mentions in like the afterwards, not specifically character. Up, time is up.
Damn.
Everybody, stop typing.
I didn't read the
Valorant.
afterwards.
Stop typing.
Valorant and
Stop
Overwatch.
typing.
I
Anything
should've-
you're typing, delete. You're done.
Okay.
Oh, it's Apex, Valorant, and Overwatch, and I definitely know he mentioned Apex. Frick. Okay.
Okay.
The Pokemon.
All right. Fuck. Where's the image? I had a screenshot of like the times where he's mentioned games. Hold on. This is where I said it's gonna be annoying for me to double check things. Here's the ones that you guys did mention. Okay. And said Final Fantasy VII Remake, Animal Crossing, Dark Souls, Final Fantasy 13. Shadow said Elden Ring, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Undertale, Sekiro, Dragon Quest. Turando said Animal Crossing, Final Fantasy, COD, Diablo, Team Fortress 2, CSGO, and Justin said Elden Ring, Cyberpunk, Final Fantasy 15.
Is there 15? This is an honest question.
There is a 15.
Okay.
Now,
Oh,
now I
okay.
think it's 15.
Wow.
There is a 15 now. I don't think he would have gotten to play it. He might have mentioned like 14 probably or something. So here's where I say like I have to double check things. I do know a few that he definitely mentions. If you wrote Final Fantasy VII Remake, Animal Crossing, Dark Souls, and Final Fantasy 13, I believe he's mentioned all of those. So Anne gets 4 points. You got all of yours.
I swear he mentioned Elden Ring.
He definitely mentioned Elden Ring. So if you wrote Elden Ring, you're going to get a point.
Okay, cool.
So you got Elden Ring, 7 Remake, Undertale, Sekiro, and Dragon Quest. Those are all correct. So you're going to get 5 points.
Yo.
Turando said Animal Crossing, Final Fantasy. It's not a specific Final Fantasy, but I'll give you at least a point for it. Animal Crossing, Final Fantasy, Call of Duty.
Oh,
Did
I
he?
was shotgunning. I was just shotgunning the rest.
Okay, fair.
I think he said Call of Duty. Maybe I should be giving half a point for these more vague answers, to be honest, because they're not like specific.
Yeah.
I'll give it
I
like.
definitely shotgun the Sekiro one.
Well, I mean, it was correct. He did say Sekiro.
I know.
All right, I'll give you Animal Crossing. Well, but then for Animal Crossing, I won't give a half point for it. But for the things like the Final Fantasy and COD and shit, I feel like I should, even though it's a specific Animal Crossing. If that makes sense. I don't know. I don't know. All right.
Dude, I don't remember.
You get a
There's
point
so
for
many
Animal
games.
Crossing. You get half points for Final Fantasy and COD. So that'll be a whole. So you get 2 points for all those 3. Did he say Diablo? I don't know if he said Diablo or Team Fortress.
I don't know. Yeah.
Okay,
It-
I'll have
it
to double
sounds
check.
plausible, but I don't remember.
I'll have to double check, but I don't think he mentioned Diablo, Team Fortress 2, or CSGO. So for now, I'll say you get 2 points for your 3 answers above.
I'll take it. I don't think I'm winning anyway, so I don't think it's that big a deal.
And then Justin said Elden Ring, Cyberpunk, Final Fantasy 15. So you definitely mentioned Elden Ring. I don't know if he mentioned Cyberpunk. Final Fantasy 15 he did not mention. I'll give you a point. And even if I gave you the Cyberpunk point, it wouldn't really change the standings in the end. So, I mean, so we'll just leave you at where you're at. Okay. Are you all ready for the reveal of who won and where you're at?
That's definitely in.
Wait, out of curiosity, without the bonus round, what was the scores? I'm curious.
Well, I'll have to undo to see what they were.
We'll see. Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it did really make a difference.
I just want to know what the end happened. I'm just curious.
Okay. Your scores before the final round. In last place was Justin at 11.5.
Nice.
And then Turando at 12.5, Shadow at 15, and at 20. With the
Oh,
bonus
Sounds
round,
alright.
the answers are, or the final standings are Justin at 12.5,
Let's
Turando
go.
at 14.5, Shadow at 20, and Anne at 24. So Anne is the winner of the first
Congrats, you guys.
Anime Book Club quiz show. You did it. Congratulations. Where's the sound effects of like fucking there you go.
Turn them off, asshole.
You know, turn them off. People were doing
No,
it
the
earlier.
soundboard ones.
The soundboard.
Oh, I was
Yeah.
memeing about stream.
Yay!
You did it.
Woohoo!
By the way, Derek, Aztec responded to me, and all he said was, "I'm a generous god."
It's true, he is. He's based, all right? Congratulations, you did it, Ann. You know what your prize is? Nothing.
Nothing.
We don't really have a prize set
my
up.
prize is I think that I get a request. No.
Here's what your prize could be. Your prize could be you'll get 2 points towards any manga you really want for the next book club. You'll get 2 votes towards it instead of 1.
For real?
So you're gonna get 2 votes towards it.
So you basically decided because it's always a tie.
It's not necessarily.
I was gonna say.
Yep.
I think that we should have a channel for Anime Book Club because it seems that a lot of times we do end up sending screenshots back and forth, and we can put all the voting in that channel separate from the general channel.
So I'm okay with doing that. The only reason why I haven't yet is because usually when I make another channel, people end up not using it. In this case, it seems like you guys will use it, so I don't mind it. But
challenge accepted.
Don't fucking forget and start using general instead. I mean, you can still use general, I guess, but make sure we keep things.
You got it on stream. We got it live. It's recorded. You can't ban me when I spam general. It's just fucking book club games.
Listen. Okay, as long as people don't forget to use the fucking channel when I set it up, all right? As long as people are using, because that's always what happens. I make a second channel for people to contain things, and then I'm the only one that uses it. That's always what's been happening.
Yeah, I'll put all my screenshots in there instead of DMing them to you directly.
Yeah, you guys are allowed to do that. Just, for spoiler reasons, put spoiler tags for people, for ones that haven't read yet.
Quick question. How the fuck did you spoiler in Discord? I've literally never figured that shit out.
When you go to upload it, there's a button that will show up after you put up the image. It looks like an eye. If you click that, it lets you make it a spoiler. You'll see when you go to Let me make the channel now and you can see. Anime Book Club. There you go. I have a new Anime Book Club channel up. You guys should be able to type in it now.
Okay, cool.
I could have sworn that I sent you the Pretty Cure Girls screenshot, but I can't find it.
You definitely did. And you can spoiler text if you start typing it and you highlight it. There'll be another eye thing. How's what?
What spoiler text?
If you start typing something and then you highlight it, the parts that you want to spoiler, you can click a thing on the right that spoilers it. And then if you click it when it shows up black, it reveals it.
Works.
Yeah. It's technically, it just adds like the pipe symbol in the front and the back of it. Why'd you pin something? You just spent him saying hi.
Believe it. It's his legacy.
Okay. All right, so what did you guys think of the quiz show? Did you guys enjoy it?
That was pleasant. That was great.
It was good.
I think
I'm
next
gonna have
time
to prepare for next time.
I mean, there's still going to be some specific questions like I did this time, but I'll try to add in a lot more like easier ones too. But I think that went well, especially with you guys all DMing me an answer. I think that went well.
You still gotta do like really troll at least like 1 or 2 like nightmare ones.
Detective one.
Yeah.
So bullshit.
You can't just do easy. You gotta fuck with us a little bit.
Listen, that one, all right. You would have been a legend if you got that right. Okay, I would have given you like 1,000,000 points. Okay, because I was like, there's no way people are gonna get this right, but I think it'd be funny as shit to put it in. Let's do it.
I expect nothing less.
All right, so that wraps up this week of the Anime Book Club streams. I hope everybody watching had fun. If you are interested in joining in on these memes or giving us suggestions of things to talk about and read, be sure to join my Discord for the next week. We're not going to be meeting this Thursday. We're going to be taking a break for this week. We're going to decide through a vote in my server in the channel what the next thing we're going to read is. Hopefully the voting will be done by Thursday, if not Friday. The way that we'll do this is I'll list again the general things I'm looking for recommendations. People can bring a couple to a bunch, whatever you want. Once I get to a point, I'm going to pick a day where I'm going to stop accepting recommendations. I'm going to list them all. People are going to vote. How we'll do it this time is we will go with whatever the top 3 are that get the most votes. We're going to do a runoff vote with those. So whatever wins from the second vote is going to win. So that's how we'll do this next one, I think. Does anybody disagree with that, or? Okay, so that's how we're gonna do it. So for the first one, first people are gonna just spam a bunch of recommendations that they have for the next one, and then at some point I'm gonna come up with the days and write them in the channel for when these things are gonna happen. People are gonna give their suggestions, and we're gonna do a vote based on all the suggestions, and the top 3 of those are gonna go to a secondary vote, and whatever wins the secondary vote is gonna move on. I'm gonna go for top 3, but if there's gonna be ties for the top 3, you know, I'll figure it out. It might be that there's not just 3 in the second vote. It might be that there's 4 or 5, maybe because of ties. But that's fine. The whole point is we're gonna have a second vote to really determine which one we're gonna get. Yeah. But you can vote for whatever you want. You can vote for whatever you want. Just only vote once for it. I'm reacting to it whenever I do the official voting listing, and we will go from there. And you did win, so I don't know if you actually want to accept like an extra vote for it as your prize towards that. I am okay with that.
I would love to, if that's okay.
Okay, so you will get an extra vote so you can pick one thing that you want to commit 2 votes to. Okay. And I'm sure I can probably guess which one it'll probably be, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
No, you don't. I'll pull a fucking wild card on you.
Oh, damn. Listen, I'm all here for it, okay? Now, we are going to wrap it up with that for this week. Does anything else have anything they want to add before we end the stream?
Yep.
All right, sounds good. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming. If people are hanging around for games afterwards, let me know and we can do that. But first, let's wrap up the stream. Goodbye, streams.
Bye, stream.
Bye, stream.
Bye, streams. See you in 2 weeks-ish. Something like that. Goodbye.
Something like that.